Just gonna wait for some people to like file in. Bam. Hey Delta, how you doing? Um, hey, heavy metal madman, how you doing? Hey, Hobo Joe, and thank you, Vasari girl. Ooh, what's that mean? What does Vasari girl mean? Bam, bam. Let's see. Do 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 do. Yeah, we're just doing a little getting people together before we do anything. Oh, what? GA Templar says, "Ooh, testicle infection." Oh, that sounds fucking amazing. That's yeah, that's what you want to deal with. Yikes. Hey, Yogi. Hey, Yogi, do you want to join me and get this party started, or you gonna leave your old buddy hanging? Hey, Rick. Things are doing okay. We're obviously we're getting warming up the stream before we really get going. Normally, I used to play music right about here, um, but oh, thank you, Dice Rolling. Dice Rolling is kindly hosting the stream, and yeah, take care of your nuts, man. We have your cornhole, buddy. Damn, how did you get? Yeah, copyright's a bitch. Like, how did you get like a fucking like testicle infection? That's like extra. That's fucking extra, man. How did that happen? Was it like the VD, but it went on too long, or you didn't catch it, or is it one of those you got stabbed in the balls and now it's like septic, or was it testicular torsion? Like, what's going on? Okay, I'll send Yogi the link in a minute. Let me just what are they doing? All right. Right. I remember now. Come on. It's you. Let dude get his drink. Do, do, do. Ba 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 ba. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why I'm doing the fucking Indiana Jones theme. Just let's see. All right. Da, 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 da. I know. I know. Fuck the ball stabber. I know ball stabber's a fucking damn. Let's see. Firing minus one. Who stabs a dude in the balls? I don't know. Oh, okay. So you got like no idea how that shit happened. Hey, Thomas Rogue. Hey, Silverbat. Hey, Matt Tinkerer. We're talking about G.A. Templar's balls at the moment. Apparently he got some sort of testicular infection. We're all like, how? You know, did you get bitten by the dreaded Candiru? A tiny little fish with a penchant for swimming up a man's urethra? You know, damn. Like you, I, I got nothing. I got nothing. I'm like, what? Hey, Turtles, what's up? And Yozatsu, I see. Oh my god. All sorts of things happening tonight. Let's see, I had to spend a whole night and a half, a morning in the hospital. Did manage to get an ultrasound x-ray, told me I had an infection there. Ah. You're on the Warframe. You ought to get on the Warcraft. Ba 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 da ba. Let's go to the Weekly World News, see what we can find. Weekly World News. The world's only reliable news source. Apparently, the secrets of the universe are hidden in an old issue of the Weekly World News. Oh, hot links. World's biggest butt. 5 feet wide. Apparently. Just. Whoa. Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's a thing. All right. Let's stabs a man in the ball sack. I mean, look, you're gonna have to take that up with Wes Craven because that's something that happened in Serpent in the Rainbow. Oh, except Wes Craven's dead. They can't. Unless you're a necromancer. At which point, hey, I would love to buy the Secrets of the Universe from you. You know, in easy installments of $19.95. Do 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 do. Come on, where's that thing? There it is. Come on, bam, boom. All right, yeah. Rest in peace, Wes Craven. Joaquin Phoenix Joker. Oh, thank you. Thank you, GTA Games. I am... We'll see Wes in your nightmares. I got no opinion on that Joaquin Phoenix thing. I'm like, okay, they're making a standalone Joker movie. Why? You know, like, why? I'm like, I'm not against Joaquin Phoenix being the Joker. I'm just like, why is he in a movie alone? Like, what? Hey, we never had a Joker. Did we ever have a Joker comic book series like that lasted? Like more than a miniseries? Because I think the answer is no. Well, you playing the Superman theme back there, my man?
No, my texting notification is a loud heralding trumpet, because 9 times out of 10, text messages are always the most small, tiny, inconsequential shit. Therefore, I think it's extremely funny for it to be like, "Attention, my lord, your friend doth say, LOL."
Oh, got it.
You know,
Oh my god.
gotta give infinite cosmic things the tiniest regard, and the tiniest things the most humongous regard, because
Keeps you humble. Keeps you humble, yeah.
It's also funny as fuck.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the big cosmic joke, because everything is equal in the eyes of the universe, and you sometimes, usually that's like comforting, but sometimes you're like, wait, you mean the death of an anthill and fucking cancer the same in the universe? I'm like, oh no, motherfucker, it's worse than that. We're saying that a fucking sneeze and cancer are the same in the eyes of the universe. You have no idea. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, whatever. It's all temporary anyway. Yeah.
No, you know what's funny is I was actually it's actually quite funny, because I was talking to someone recently about this, because you know me, I like to somehow ponder heavy shit as if it ain't no thing.
Yeah.
And I was watching an interview that happened not too long ago with Stephen Fry, and you know I love me some Stephen Fry.
Yeah. He's great.
He is the greatest gay British man since Oscar Wilde. He is this time's Oscar Wilde, to be perfectly frank. Love him to death, but he was being interviewed by I think it was like a national news station in Ireland, in the Republic of Ireland, and so they started to talk about his atheism, and I was like, oh no.
No.
Because anytime, look, I'm sorry, but British atheists do this thing where they become like the Jerry Falwells of their position, and I'm like, please stop doing that. It hurts me.
Yeah. How to put it? Like, I feel like American atheists have a bit more of the, I don't know how to put it, like the Hulkamania in them. You know, but the British ones, like, yeah. There's definitely, maybe it's because we're Americans, you know, we're dirty colonists. Because, like, every time someone tells me something, like, about politics or anything or God in a British accent, my initial reaction, my gut reaction is, fuck you. I need to listen to your fucking shit. I don't care.
trust it.
Yeah. It's shit. Fucking can't trust those Brits, man. They're fucking shifty. You know? They'll be like, yeah, it's okay, fucking American colonies, we'll be cool. Oh yeah, by the way, here's a tea tax.
You know.
No, they're always trying to get one by you. They think they're Slick Willie.
But
you
yeah,
know?
no, but yeah, but so in this interview, right? So
They're tricky spotted dick.
So in this interview, the interviewer asks him, okay, so hypothetical question. Say to some degree it's all real, that there is like an afterlife and a God. What does Stephen Fry say when he sees God, whatever he, she, or it is? Which is a very interesting question. It's a very interesting thought. And, he gets on the whole, like, oh, I would go up to God and say, like, bone cancer in children, what is that about? How dare you? How fucking dare you? And he starts to list all the terrible things that exist in reality and goes like, well, this is proof that there is no order in the universe and that if there is a God, that it is a mean, hateful, spiteful thing, and why would we ever want anything to do with it? And the only thing I could think is like, Steven, you're too smart for that.
Yeah, because I find myself going like, what do you mean there isn't order in the universe? There is total order in the universe. It just doesn't give a shit. There's a difference,
because it's one of these terrible things where, okay, and this, like, when you get into, like, if you're talking about anything on, like, a metaphysical or mystical level, there comes a point where you have to do that thing where you take a step back and actually temporarily abandon the humanist perspective to look at things, which gets a little freaky. It gets a little freaky to step back from your humanity.
Okay, what do you okay, so you mean like to see things not from the human perspective, but from the perspective of, say,
like a cosmic
cosmos. Yeah, meaning
exactly.
like what does a star give a shit about cancer?
Yeah, and how to put it? So, okay. So again, people like Sam Harris and even Richard Dawkins. And
Sam Harris, that guy's a fucking.
Oh yeah, but I will always say he's a brilliant neuroscientist.
He's yeah. Like he wants to tell me about neuroscience. Like I'm good
all day.
Yeah. I'll listen. Like I can only disagree, for lack of a better way of putting it. I will never not respect his information.
Oh yeah.
Unlike some other people whose names are Jordan Peterson. Man, I thought that guy was onto something. Like for a hot second, I thought that guy was onto something. It turns out, no, it's just crap.
Well, because, how to put it, when you were hearing about him, he wasn't quite fired from the University of Toronto yet, so he was still trying to convince you that he wasn't a racist.
Well, it's not. Here's the funny thing. I actually,
or sexist.
Yeah, well, definitely a sexist. Yeah, I don't know about I was about to say, I don't know about racist, but you got a problem with them, like, not men. Like it's real weird. And I mean I don't just mean like women. I mean like anything that's like not masculine. He has a real problem with,
Yeah. Like
including young boys who aren't matured. It's so fucking weird. You're like, whoa, dude, have some fucking respect. Like,
because I mean, it makes perfect sense if you think about it in the sense of like, if you are so afraid, neurotic, and paranoid of your own immaturity and lack of perceived masculinity, anything that reminds you of that is going to set you into a fucking tizzy,
Yeah, definitely. And the fucking thing is when you look at when you really examine the guy, you're like, Jesus Christ, you have the maturity. No wonder you work well on YouTube. You have about the same maturity level as all of us.
I know,
and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm expecting a little bit more from a fucking college professor, if you know what I mean. That shit'll fly. Like, I'll let that shit fly for like Hugo and Jake or TJ, or like the attitude, not necessarily the arguments or the information, because obviously they're not like making those arguments, the same arguments that he is. But like, I will accept that Hugo and Jake and the Amazing Atheist got some maturing to do. you know? Let's be like, yeah, sure. Yeah, like, whatever. Yeah, we're all immature, right? But if you're gonna put yourself up as an authority, if you're gonna be the divine king, you have to have a bit more judgment. You have to be a bit smarter, you know, and not just trickier. Because if you want to talk about the difference between smart and wise, that's the difference between Anthony Hopkins, Odin, and fucking Loki. Loki is probably way smarter than Odin, but Odin is like a lot wiser. And why?
Wise as shit.
Wise as shit. And why? Because he fucked up bad. He fucked up bad and he learned from it. He's like, oh shit, I conquered the fucking galaxy, man. I like. We're talking. Yeah.
I hung myself from the life tree for 3 days.
For 9 days. It was 9
9
days.
days. Each
day for the cycle of cycle of.
Oh
birth.
yeah, well, yeah. The woman doing the whole thing with Frigg going, okay, fine, you're a woman now, fine.
Yeah, you're a woman now. Okay, fine. We'll teach you the runes, and that was always something that weirded me out about like Viking mythology, which is that the runes are sorcery. They come from women.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently the female Thanes never wrote anything down. I'm like, wait, what?
Yep.
That doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, were they destroyed at some point? Or what's going on? Like, well, here's another thing. Like, I'm sure that there's probably a distinct difference between the priests and priestesses, you know, the Thanes of Frigga, who were dedicated themselves to Frigga, and those that dedicated themselves to Freya, because Freya is like an alien god. You know, she comes from another place, but you'd think someone would have written something down that would have survived.
You watch, it probably did have something written down, but at some point, like, I don't know, they fucking ran into Saxons or some shit, and they were like, "Women in power, burn it!"
Yeah. It's
stupid shit like that.
Yeah, probably, because like I can't think of any other reason that would be the case. Like, how do women come up with like, you know, magical writing and
you just get rid of it?
And you just get rid of it. Like, okay, maybe it's possible that the magic writing is just like an allegory.
Mm.
You know, it's possible it's just an allegory, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, but like, here's one of my favorite arguments, which is, this goes back to the whole Egypt thing.
Okay.
Which is, it's not even like Egypt and black people. It's Egypt and Hebrews. Where they're like, the Egyptians have nothing written down that we've ever discovered about Hebrews ever being slaves in Egypt. Ever. Not one instance.
Yeah, isn't like the most likely thing that they were like subjects, but they were considered like a separate warrior caste of people?
Or something.
No.
Like, or something, you know? Like, and I found myself going like, well, yeah, that is a little fishy. And they're like, well, they're just not going to write this down. And I'm like, we have literal laundry lists from these people.
They wrote everything.
They wrote everything down. The Egyptians wrote everything down. They wrote down how many slaves of every other race they had.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's one of those things where it's like, no, slavery was not a big deal for the Egyptians. They kept extremely good records of everyone and everything.
You know, they're like, yeah, we went down to Nigeria, got ourselves a couple of these. You know, yeah, we had to like buy him from that other like black king down there. Of course,
I got them heavy boobs.
Rick Horner.
It's like dying stars. I got them heavy boobs. I can't run real far.
Yeah, Rick, if you wanna be in the chat, just send me that Twitter DM, and I will get you in lickety split. But yeah. It's like it's one of those things where I'm like, well, they're just not gonna record that sort of thing. I'm like, they recorded everything. They were fucking OCD about that shit. Like, what do you think? Do you know what the majority of cuneiform tablets are? Grocery lists.
That's amazing.
Yeah, the majority of cuneiform tablets are grocery lists. That means that the average fucking citizen wrote shit.
And bothered to write it.
Yeah, and bothered to write it down on a clay fucking brick that they were just like, oh yeah, I better just keep that over here just in case. Like, they didn't need to do that, but there are fucking hundreds of those goddamn things. Someone's gonna be like, yeah, I owned 100 Jews. That Jew today, he cut me off in traffic. So I have to get these things from the Jew merchant. You know, like, they're gonna fucking say something like that because they said everything else. Yep. So it's one of those, like, the amount of evidence that we have for the Jewish presence in Egypt, or rather the Hebrew presence, because I don't think they were technically the Jews during that period of time. It's a fine line, but an important one in historical context.
Well, because how to put it, by that time, the idea of Yahweh being the ultimate god in the Canaanite pantheon hadn't happened yet. So
exactly.
So yeah, they would be the Hebrews, not the Jews.
Yeah, but what we do have are a bunch of people going like, those goddamn fucking high Scots, they're a bunch of fucking motherfuckers. They fucking worship Set. I thought Set was okay. He's fucking evil. Fuck that guy. He's the fucking Donald Trump of the Pantheon. We fucking hate him. You know, like, well, that's how it happened.
No, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true. By the way, I'm sorry, just really quick, before we get, like, too far down this, I just wanted to finish up, like, my original point by saying, like, that whole thing with, like, Stephen Fry, like getting, like, that simplistic argument shit.
Yeah.
The thing about it that bothered me is, okay, so here's something to consider, and I know that every fucking person who has ever considered goddamn mechanical natural law has fucking considered this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, everyone from, like, Sam Harris to Richard, like, every great scientific mind has always agreed that at least on a mechanical level, the universe and how it exists and everything that is here is just the natural unfolding of existence in a long chain of cause and effect from pre-Big Bang to now.
Yeah. Basically, now, we can argue all day as to whether or not there is a creator, but the fact that there is some sort of order to the universe that exists, whether it is imposed or naturally occurring, that can't really be debated.
Right. And how to put it, we can all pretty much agree that, at least on a mechanical aspect, the universe is very deterministic. We can argue and disagree about free will when it comes to consciousness, but when it comes to the mechanics of the universe...
The material things of the universe are extremely deterministic. To the point where if someone tells you that, oh no, it's not, you know, Earth can turn into air at a moment's notice, you're like, that's not how that works.
No, it can't.
Yeah. Like, that's not how it works. You know, like, it just isn't. Which is funny because I'm currently in a D&D game where that does happen, but that's considered against the natural order.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing that's fucked about this, right?
Okay.
Now, that means, and I've thought about this quite a bit, that means that for me to be sitting here right now, the way I am, talking to you through this piece of technology, that means that childhood leukemia needs to exist. Like, everything.
Really?
Like how to put it, in the sense of, like, okay, for anything to currently be the way it does, that means everything has to be the way it is.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
So it's one of those things where, like, when Stephen Fry gets the whole, like, oh, if there is this creator, it's a horrible thing, and, like, how dare you? I'm like, well, okay, on a completely atheistic, not talking about the presence of divine will, number one, it's a fuck situation anyway, because it has to be this way.
Right. I just want to bring attention to my little...
That's beautiful. I love that thing.
I love that thing. Yeah, I had to get it. And if you want your own, you can go down to Halloween Town in Burbank on... oh, crap. I can't remember the name of the street. But look for Halloween Town in Burbank, California. It's in L.A. And you can get your own one of these things. I think they had like 3 left, at least on display.
Praise the smoke goat.
Praise the smoke goat, yeah.
So So, so one, there's like that whole thing, right? So all I'm saying is that for people like me, people who are theistic, all we're saying is, hey, maybe if spiritual existence is a thing, if that could possibly a part of reality, we're just suggesting that there might be a point where you could step back from the human perspective enough to see that everything in the way it is, with all its terror and beauty, is perfect, and that it has to be that way for us to ultimately be okay in the end of all things. Either way, I think what I'm saying is, like, my argument is that, like, either way, shit's going to be this way. There's always just going to be fucked up shit. So
yeah. Basically,
you know what I mean. It just doesn't do to fret about it, if it makes
well,
sense.
it's one of those things where it's like it's beyond mortal control.
Exactly.
You know,
One
I think
way or the other,
one way or the other, it's beyond our control. Maybe it could be within our control, which
So
is
if you don't
why.
mind, I a little bit.
Hey, Rick, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. Just to put in my 2 cents there, are we talking more like a organized chaos or a chaotic organization of the universe?
Oh no. The universe is incredibly orderly. You know, like that's why physics is a thing.
Oh yeah.
You know, like we can't be talking on the internet and say that we don't understand a damn thing about the nature of electrons.
Kind of like saying that if you put H2O together, it's not going to make water, but something else.
Yeah. You put two hydrogen. Sorry, you put a hydrogen, two oxygen, and atoms together. They're going to form water.
Yeah.
We can only argue about what being a hydrogen atom and what being an oxygen atom means.
Right.
You know, but even then, like, we've been arguing that for so long that we pretty much have our answer. Mm-hmm. You know, we could continue to, there is no limit to what we could understand potentially.
Yeah, it's not like arguing the existence of gravitons.
Yeah. Like, cause there's no such thing as gravitons. You know,
so far anyway.
Yeah. Well, actually, they've started. They have the current working theory about what gravity is.
Right.
Is really interesting, which is, what's gravity? Well, turns out gravity is a how to put it? It's a side effect. It's side effect of mass. Yeah. Everything which has mass is slowly being pulled towards the greatest thing which has more mass.
Yeah, it's a combination of Newton's classic theory of gravity, as well as Einstein's what was it? Not special relativity, relativity theory of relativity.
Yeah. Because Einstein was trying to describe how things moved absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whereas Newton, because he really couldn't conceive of anything outside of the Earth, despite how smart he was, that just wasn't something he was going to be able to experiment with.
Right.
You know, so for him, it's like how things move on the Earth. For Einstein, it was like, how do things move absolutely? And the farthest he could get was like, well, it's all relative, isn't it? Which is true, but it doesn't really like give you necessarily the numbers you're looking for. Which is what he spent his life doing.
Right.
You know, which eventually led to quantum mechanics, because they were like, well, since we can't step outside of the universe and see how everything works, how do things move? Things must still work internally somehow, because they do. You know, it's one of those, you can't argue that the Earth doesn't exist.
Yeah, we're kind of stuck.
You could totally argue it. It would be the dumbest fucking argument.
Well, you couldn't make you could argue it. You can't make a credible scientific argument.
Right.
No, you can't.
Yeah, because it's one of those things like, I've gotten into so many fucking arguments about this. The argument over existence, not the nature of existence, but whether things exist at all. And I always found myself going like, of course things exist. They're like, well, how do you know that? I'm like, we're here. Yeah, but like, you could just be an illusion. I'm like, no, motherfucker. From my perspective, you could be an illusion, but from my perspective, I absolutely fucking exist.
Oh, you'd probably turn red if you had to debate that more cretin.
Oh my god. Well, like, how to put it? Morg's fucking, like, level of arguing about the nature of the universe is exactly what I dealt with in every fucking philosophy class I ever fucking took. Because everyone in the... You can tell how stupid a guy is by how much he argues with the philosophers of old. You know, like, oh my fucking god. Like, okay, my favorite one is how people, and I'm pretty sure that this is a little bit more of a Western phenomenon than it is an Eastern phenomenon. And note the fact that I said more of. Every time I get into a philosophy class, and we get to the concept of Hinduism, and I know Yogi can fucking identify with this. Once we get to the concept of Maya, which for those who don't know, just tuning in, Maya is the illusion. Maya is the illusion of existence. They take that to mean there is no such thing as existence. Some motherfuckers in these fucking classes are like, oh, well, that means nothing exists. I'm smart. I'm like, except you're here to make that argument, you fucking filth pig.
Yeah.
No, you know,
it's how to put it. Okay, so Maya means illusion, but when you really get into the concept of what Maya is, it's physical manifestation and phenomena. Because from a Hindu perspective, you know what is absolutely real, is absolutely beyond reproach real? Consciousness. Consciousness is a thing, and it exists. The concept of, like, where does Maya come in? It means, like, hey, this whole thing called the material that makes me think that I'm a thing over here and Jack's a thing over there, and we are two entirely separate entities with no connection. That is Maya. That is Maya.
Yeah. That basically, Hinduism says that that's an illusion. But exactly. An illusion is not the same thing as non-existence. It just means you're perceiving
the actual
it wrong.
Concept of existence in Hinduism, then?
Wait, what?
What's the actual concept of, if Maya is the concept of illusion of existence, what's the actual concept of actual existence in Hinduism, if there is one?
Okay, like, how to put it? I'm trying to think of a way to easily explain this.
Yeah. Granted, it is a fucking weird concept.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm asking you guys, because I barely know anything about Hinduism, so.
Okay. So here's something. The thing that is absolutely real, the thing that is the basis for all things, is consciousness, which you could call spirit or the soul. It is the witness. It is the thing that drives everything else.
Yeah, I think therefore, to put it in fucking Western terms, I think therefore I am.
Okay.
That's part of what is real.
Yeah, and so consciousness then, after a time, starts to get a desire. The desire creates things. For instance, if you were to ask me, well, what would happen if every living thing in the universe suddenly became enlightened? Then none of this would fucking be here. Because and I honestly do believe this, the only reason that any of this fucking exists is because we needed to work our shit out. If we no longer needed it or wanted it, it wouldn't be there.
Yeah. Like, if we no longer needed it, we wouldn't worry about it. It wouldn't be a thing which occupied our minds. Because
Exactly.
why? Because it would
rather
be
than
as simple as waking up in the morning. Because why wouldn't it be?
So
Exactly.
basically, what you're saying is that it's the way we perceive the world rather than what the world really is.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, your perception is different than the reality, and the reality might actually be more complex than a physical manifestation could ever hope to understand. Because it's just too much.
Okay.
You know,
I think I understand.
Yeah,
Kind of.
because like how to put it, like there's, and I've talked about this before in like videos that I've made. It's like this idea that you can, if you really want to understand it, you can like look at like the different levels of reality as different like channels on TV.
Mhm.
You flick to channel 1 and and you see everything as is like man, woman, white, black, um hard, soft. This is like everything that's just like physical. You turn to the next one, you start to see like the roles that we play, like the symbolic meaning of what everything that we do, and you keep flicking through these channels, and eventually you get to the point where you and I are sitting down in a room, and I realize that when I look at you and I see you, I am looking at myself, looking at
I
myself,
got them
looking at
heavy
myself,
boobs,
looking at
heavy boobs.
myself.
Dance like dying stars. I got them
And then
heavy
there's a
boobs,
further
heavy
thing where
boobs.
it's
I
like
can't
there's
run real
actually
far.
just one of us in the
I have
room.
also
and
heard
we're
a
just
hypothesis
simultaneously
that
looking at
gravity is the
ourselves.
side effect of time and/or the
so
curvature of
it's
space.
the idea that like
Hence,
where
why that
is God?
stapler keeps
Everywhere.
dropping.
Who is God?
Another
Me.
fun
But so are
fact,
you.
a
It's cool.
$6
Don't worry about
Subway
it.
meal with a medium drink cost in California.
That's cool.
Just thought I'd add that.
Oh man, I could go for a Subway sandwich, one true flash right now. Go for a what was it? What do they call that fucking shit now? Well, like I always love the what was it? It's like the tri-cut. God damn it! It's a thing that's like, hey, it's bologna and a bunch of other things, and like 2 other things.
Oh.
The tri-cut combo. That's it. You get the tri-cut combo with the fucking cheese that you want, which in my case is usually provolone. On a fucking cheese bread thing, which is, look, I know we're thinking about the universe here, but I'm talking about really important shit. Really important shit, like what you want to buy.
More important.
Yeah. What you want to eat. Here's the thing. You got to understand that to the enlightened mind, what you're gonna have for lunch is way more important than nature of the universe. I don't mean to come off as like fucking.
At the very least, they're equally important.
At the very least, they're equally important. Yeah. And because I'm hungry, that gives it primacy. Oh man, you get it on that like that cheese roll, that Italian that either that Italian bread or that like the one with the cheese that's baked on top of it. You get some like it's the one time where I'm like, no, mayonnaise is king. You got to get mayonnaise on shit because otherwise I'm like, mayonnaise, get that shit out of here. But when you got the cold cut combo, that's what's called cold cut combo. You got to get some mayonnaise. You got to get that oil and vinegar. You got to get that lettuce, tomato, and onion. And sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you get your ass them jalapenos.
I don't know about you, but I always get excited when they bring back the Reuben.
Oh my God. No. I'll be honest. I actually don't like Subway Reubens.
The only
I'm not saying that they're the greatest in the world, but I've certainly had better. But
oh no, I will like no. Don't get me wrong. I will get the Reuben sandwich, and I will love it. Just not Subway.
Fair enough.
That's what, and that is a great example of the illusion of Maya. You say the Subway is good enough, and I say it isn't. That's Maya right there.
I say it's good enough for being in a town where I am in Virginia.
Yeah. Because like your perception of reality and what is good and what is not is relative to your experience.
Yeah, it's like saying the bagels that I buy here are fine compared to the bagels up in New York City. When you say I've never had a bagel in New York City. So
yeah, well, a better example is actually New York pizza.
I've had that.
Oh yeah, no, that's amazing. And there is one place. Hey, babe. Yeah. You want to just order Escape from New York pizza? Yeah. Okay, what kind of hamburgers do you want to order? That sounds great. What do I usually get from that? What did I get from that last time? Wait, what was it? What are the two options? Does anything got blue cheese on it? Okay. I'm feeling blue cheesy. Yeah. Yeah, I am. Don't laugh. That'd be the onion burger? What's on the onion burger? That sounds amazing. Wait. Barbecue sauce? That don't sound right. Wait a minute. Is there any way I can get a burger with blue cheese but no fucking barbecue sauce? I'll take the risk. Yeah. Because I'll be able to eat it no matter what. Because I like all those things. It's just not my number one choice at the top.
I'll be honest, that sounds pretty good. Blue cheese and barbecue at the same time. That sounds pretty nice.
No, like if it was hot wing sauce, that'd be one thing.
Well, yeah,
hot wing sauce would be fine, but like barbecue sauce. Here's the thing about barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce, there is no one single recipe of barbecue sauce.
True.
This creates problems when it comes to combining it with cheese. Now, cheddar cheese, not a problem. You're like, you got an idea what you're going to get because cheddar cheese goes with everything. Blue cheese, on the other hand, look, I'm not saying I am above Maya. I am saying I've made my choice.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
See how to put it. I'm not okay. When I'm laughing at this, I love how you're just like, no, don't laugh. I'm not okay. First of all, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at you. I love that. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I see how it all works, and it titillates me. I find
Hang on a moment. What was that, babe? Yeah, just the barbecue sauce feels weird with blue cheese.
You know, so it's one of those things where I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I see how it works, and it titillates me. So I'm just laughing at it.
Okay. So what common American condiment goes with blue cheese under almost all circumstances in my world? Take a guess.
Oh, I thought it would be the hot wing sauce. Like that tends to
go. No. Hot wing sauce is not common. It does.
It is in my life.
yeah. It's not out here. It's not out here. There's more Maya for you. You know, like, but what one that you could always expect to see at a burger or hot dog place definitely goes with blue cheese, 100% every time, no matter what style.
But you always see it at a burger place?
Mm-hmm.
Got me on that one.
Oh my god!
Is it ketchup? I know
no,
it's weird, but
no, it's not ketchup. It's not ketchup.
I don't know what
mustard. Yeah, mustard.
We see here's the thing. I was never a blue cheese fan. Even when like dairy was a big thing with me, I was never a blue cheese fan. So yeah,
it goes well with mustard 100% every time, no matter what kind of mustard. Unless the mustard itself sucks, therefore it sullies the blue cheese.
Yeah, that's a possibility with South Carolina style barbecue. They put a lot of mustard in that shit.
Wait. They put a lot of mustard in it?
Yeah, or do they mustard is like a key component in like Carolina style barbecue.
Okay, but do you like... Is that part of the sauce? Or is it like... Oh, no. Not good enough. It's got to be mustard by itself.
So,
fair enough.
Yeah. And that's Maya for you. Because that's my fucking reality. Where I'm like, oh, no. Oh, dude, I finally got down to fucking, like, granted, it wasn't the original. But at Universal Studios, I love Universal Studios Hollywood. Yay! I love Universal Studios Hollywood because right now, as of this year, Pringles in the meantime, that's wonderful. Because in my world, Universal Studios has everything I want, so I don't have to go to Portland. They got a Voodoo Donuts. That means I no longer have to go to fucking Portland to get a fucking Mango Tango. Now,
here's the thing. When you tweeted that out, how to put it? When you tweeted that out, I was just like, I feel that there's a connection right now because of the mango.
Man, no, the Mango Tango fucking Voodoo Donut is amazing. It's my favorite. You know, people are like, well, wait, you like it more than the Voodoo Donut? And I'm like, yeah. Because that's just a donut in the shape of a gingerbread man with chocolate. Which is fine.
But then there's mango.
But the Mango Tango is the one thing for Voodoo Donuts that you ain't gonna get nowhere else.
Oh, dude, by the way.
It is a jelly donut with mango-based jelly with mango-based glaze on top of it. I don't know who came up with that, but they need to be made a god immediately.
Well, actually, you know what's funny is that, like, what's funny is that, so at work, we've started manufacturing and selling our own mochi ice cream.
In New Jersey?
Really? Anything's possible.
Really? Okay.
But you know the number one flavor that we have that flies off the shelf more than anything is
mango.
It's mango.
Mango. Oh, well, that's because it's one of the best.
Yeah.
Like, there's mango and green tea.
We also have red bean. We actually have red bean mochi ice cream.
Yeah. No, I believe it, but most people won't try the red bean ice cream.
How to put it? We have a lot of Asiatic patrons, so we make sure it's there.
Right, because they know.
Them Chinese and them Japanese, they know the beauty of the red bean paste.
Like, seriously, everybody out there, if you're like, hey, I need a new flavor of ice cream because vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry and Rocky Road just ain't doing it no more. Green tea. I'm telling you, green tea is amazing.
Oh, green tea ice cream is fucking is fantastic.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So that was good. Great. You want to be more Wea than Boo? Green tea ice cream. I'm telling you. Now, check it out. It's great. And if you're like, but my local grocery market does not carry such a thing, then I weep for you. I pine for you. Because you don't not know the majesty of green tea.
But I guarantee fucking to you, if there's one good sushi bar in your town, it's offered as a dessert option. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, in my town, that's Fujiya House.
Where are you again, Rick?
Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Oh my God, Virginia.
It's where Mary Washington University is.
Sorry, you mentioned Virginia. I'm having like Nam flashbacks. I'm like,
the Christians were in the trees, man.
I know.
Is the end plane in your mind?
Don't get out of the boat. Absolutely goddamn right.
Oh my God. Oh, no. Okay, because we brought up Virginia, and also because earlier Rick made a reference to Morgan the Hyperion. So here's something that happened a couple weeks back. And if I can get him, which I'm sure he will, because he recorded it. If I can get him to fucking give me the video of it, I'm putting it up on my goddamn channel somewhere. But over in yon Discord, a few of us got into a rabbit room and watched one of his videos, because he made a video about the chakra system.
Wait, who is this?
Morgan the Hyperion made... Well, how to put
it?
Oh
my God!
His interpretation of the chakra system, and so our dear friend and member Trevor Trepocalypse, thought it would be a good idea to record my reaction.
Dude, get him to give up the footage and fucking put that on your channel. I'm telling you,
dude. I had a fucking meltdown.
I can't imagine. Like,
I am the devil.
Oh, One True Flashman, thank you.
Just what will you give me for your titties and beer? I suppose you noticed this little contract here.
Oh my god.
If you are still hesitant on sweet deliciousness red bean because you think beans can't be sweet and delicious, just remember that chocolate is also a bean.
Mm-hmm.
Game, set, Asian.
Oh, fucking no. Asia wins. Like, fucking red bean paste is amazing. That's a dessert. Fucking. And I should know because right now is the fucking Moon Festival.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Do you know why they put salted eggs in the moon cakes? Because this is the only circumstance under which salted eggs are fucking edible, surrounded by sweet bean and lotus paste.
Oh, I thought there was like a significant reason, but that is also a really good reason to do so.
I am sure there's a significant reason. But that's my reason. Because, like, oh my god, like, do you know how hard it is to find mooncakes without all the fucking salted egg yolk in them? And I mean, like, all of them. Like, I go to fucking Costco, and they're like, hey, we're selling mooncakes. And I'm like, awesome! And they're like, double egg yolk. And I'm like,
I hate you.
I hate you. What the fuck? I don't need more of the part of the fucking mooncake I don't like. And they're like, yeah, but the moon's in it, man.
Fuck you, I don't care.
Fuck yeah, fuck you. I worship the new moon in that fucking case, which means get that egg out of here. Get that salted preserved egg out of here. I don't fucking care. And like all my friends I know who are Asian are like, well, how come you not like that? And I'm like, because I'm part white.
Whitey destroys it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. My whitey genes, that's the fucking moment where I become more white than Asian.
Oh my god,
it's the
no.
very fucking threshold where I'm like, you ain't allowed to put more preserved salted egg yolks in that shit. Because, like, oh my god, like, dude, the mooncake without it, it's the perfect little fucking treat.
Dessert.
It's a perfect fucking dessert. It's amazing. Like, why do you want to ruin that with salted egg yolk?
I will disagree. Only to defend. I will disagree.
Son of a bitch!
I will disagree only. only to defend my favorite Asiatic dessert, which is gulab jamun, and I will eat that to no end.
Wait, wait, which one is gulab jamun?
Gulab jamun is the little dough balls that are fried in honey and are just floating in honey sauce.
Yeah. Well, wait. How does that go against what I'm saying?
Oh no, how you're saying it's the perfect little dessert, and I'm like,
no.
I'm like, no.
Okay, all right.
Gulab jamun is the perfect dessert.
All right. Got it.
And I'll be honest with you, the only reason that there are several people in my temple community that accept me is the fact that I can eat more of those than their fucking kids.
Oh my god, no. Gulab jamun is amazing. Don't get me wrong. Just because I put the perfect slice of fucking mooncake that don't have fucking preserved salted egg in it above it, don't mean gulab jamun is not fucking amazing. It's
my record is eating 18 of them. That's my record.
Damn.
And here's the thing.
Well, you're the son of the elephant god, so yeah.
But and here's the thing. People who've never had it might be going like, "Oh, but it's a little fried dough ball about that big. Why is 18 a big deal?" You have no idea how much fucking sugar.
Whoa. Professor Detective is bringing up cinnamon pears, and I gotta tell you,
cinnamon.
No. soft pears, man, better than cinnamon pears could ever be, in my opinion. You know, but then again, I grew up in that. I have connections to that Taiwan, where I like I said, I'm convinced Taiwan is Flower Fruit Mountain.
It
I'm
is.
convinced that's what they're referring to when they talk about Flower Fruit Mountain, because every piece of weird fruit that you think fucking sucks here in the West that comes from an Asian country is amazing in Taiwan. Now, I'm not judging you negatively because you're like, dragon fruit, ew, that shit's nasty. I'm like, yeah, that's apparently because Taiwan ships off its fucking third-rate fucking dragon fruit over to this fucking country.
I'm actually quite fond of dragon fruit, but that's because
I can only eat it in Taiwan. I can only eat it in Taiwan. Every time I'm anywhere else, I'm like, oh, what is this fucking grody mush?
Oh no, I wanted to point out, I can eat dragon fruit, but that's because I've had Taiwanese dragon fruit.
No, Taiwanese dragon fruit is fucking, like, you fucking, dude, if you're on any sort of psychedelic and you eat dragon fruit, I am convinced you see the august personage of Jade. I'm convinced you meet him or a green dragon. Like, you just sit there and you're like, like,
and if you're wondering, if you're wondering, people out there, how great could the fruit on Taiwan possibly be? Let me ask you something.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's like, have you ever seen a peach slightly larger than a softball without the use of pesticide or artificial growth hormone?
Oh,
no, you haven't.
No, you haven't. But it exists. The Taiwanese, the peaches that come from the mountains of Taiwan are the best in the world. Like, there is no arguing. The only way you could fucking argue is if you haven't had one. Like, and I am not kidding. I am not exaggerating. They're amazing.
I had an argument at work with a Chinese lady about this.
She should be ashamed.
I defended.
Mainlander, wasn't she? She was a mainlander.
No, she was. But here's the thing. Okay. Specifically, she wasn't a mainlander. She was from Hong Kong.
Oh, well, that's just as bad as far as the quality of peaches is concerned.
Oh no, it is. But what was it? She was a customer, and we were talking, and she was pointing out how, she's originally from Hong Kong. She's been in the United States for a while, and she was finally going to go to Taiwan. She said that her and her family were planning a trip to Taiwan. Excellent. And I was like, excellent. And I said, oh, that's awesome, because that's where all the real Chinese fruit is.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, excuse me. I'm like, oh no. And I said this to her. I said, don't get me wrong. Where you're from has the best seafood ever.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was like, y'all have the best seafood ever, but Taiwan has the best fruit. And she was like, our fruit not that bad. I'm like, no.
No, it's not that bad, but it ain't the best.
Eggs. And we actually got into an argument about this, and I started to talk about I was like, okay, look, do me a favor. When you come back from Taiwan, when you come back from Taiwan, I want to hear your experience of eating a Taiwanese mountain peach. I want you to come back and tell me what your experience was. And here's the thing. This was a couple months ago.
Yeah.
She just walked back into the store last week, and she came up to me. And she was just like, I'm sorry, you were right.
Yeah. No, it's the food of the fucking gods, man. Like fucking Miyazaki did not base Spirited Away on his trip to Taiwan for no fucking reason. Like, Taiwan is amazing, and I'm really, I don't know how else to put this, but like, the thing about Taiwan that is so crazy is that it is, if you want to have any glimmer of what all of China would be if not for Mao Zedong,
Taiwan.
Taiwan. It is an amazing, crazy, inexplicable, perfect blend of the modern world with the ancient tradition.
You know what, though?
Nuts. It's so nuts.
You know what, though? I will say one thing for Mao Zedong. Just one. One thing. And that is that he accidentally breathed more life into Tibetan Buddhism than ever would have been without it.
Well, yeah. Because like,
I love it.
The genocide against the Tibetans, they like, where did they flee? They flew to fucking Hollywood, man. And like, that's one of those things where I found myself go, ooh, owned. Oh my God. They got Hollywood on their side. Holy fucking shit. That's because they understand the power of illusion.
See, that's the thing about it, man. This little webbed-footed, one leg shorter than the other communist dictator, man. He wants to wipe Tibetan Buddhism off the map. He wants to get rid of it, and he accidentally, and because of his actions now, Tibetan Buddhism is one of the more universal and understood practiced forms of Buddhism. There is in Colorado, you can go to Naropa University, which is a Tibetan Buddhist 4-year university that you can go to, and the Dalai Lama is a Nobel Prize winner who, even if you don't know what the fuck he does, you know who he is.
Oh yeah. Like he basically their desire.
The Dalai Lama's bigger than the Pope now.
Yeah, their desire. Yeah, go for it.
What's the difference between Zen Buddhism and Tibetan Buddhism?
A lot.
Like first of all, and most obviously, Tibetan Buddhism has as its center either the Dalai Lama or the Penchant Lama, depending on when you live. Because they kind of trade places.
That's
Also,
a reincarnation thing?
Yeah, it's a reincarnation thing.
Okay.
It's also how to put it. Both Zen and Tibetan Buddhism. Okay. Zen and Tibetan Buddhism would agree on all of their central tenets because they're both Mahayana Buddhism. They're both centered on the idea of the Bodhisattva, of taking vows to like forgo enlightenment out of compassion until you help all other sentient beings. They're very much about the whole compassion and love of the Buddha thing. They're all very much about that. Main differences, though, is that how to put it, Padmasambhava brought Buddhism from India right to Tibet. So if you want to know what it looks like when the earliest form of ritualistic Buddhism mixes with like Tibetan shamanism, that's what that is.
Yeah.
It's one of the oldest schools of Buddhism on the planet.
Tibetan Buddhism has a lot of gods attached to it.
It has a lot of Hindu influence.
Yeah.
So to make a Western comparison, it's kind of like is it kind of like the difference between Catholicism and Orthodox Christianity?
No, it's the difference between Catholicism and Native American spiritual practice.
That far apart, huh?
Oh yeah.
Well. At the same time, all the central tenets are exact. Actually, you know what? I think a better comparison would be Catholicism.
Well, remember that he's talking about Zen Buddhism.
Yeah, but still, it is a form of Mahayana Buddhism. They agree on all the. I mean, they even technically have, like, Zen Buddhism technically has the list of bodhisattvas that they still have in Tibet.
Oh yeah.
So I guess a better comparison would be between Catholicism and like that hip new version of Christianity that meets at movie theaters now. It's like
no. I would actually disagree with that. I would actually say that the differences between Christianity and paganism and European paganism. If the caveat being if they all agreed that they were talking about the same thing.
Oh, then yeah. What I will say to you is this: is that if you're interested in Mahayana Buddhism, but you don't have the fucking time to memorize a bunch of shit, go Zen. It's a lot more streamlined.
Yeah. Zen is much more streamlined because Zen Buddhism removes all of the gods for the most part.
Well, the reason I ask is because I was looking into TM, Transcendental Meditation, and I was just curious about that kind of stuff.
Oh, then you probably want to go Zen, because Zen requires you to abandon more than you have to adopt.
That being said, if you'd like to try out TM, because here's the thing, I totally support the methodology of the TM movement.
Yeah. You won't be able to fly with it.
Wasn't looking to do that.
Okay, but if you're just
You
talking about,
you can jump pretty high with it though.
you could jump, yeah.
You can jump pretty high with it though. I'm not sure if you've ever seen like those yogic flyers like practice. They jump pretty fucking high.
Yeah,
it's just not flying.
Yeah, it's just not
I think
flying.
I think it'd have a better chance of flying with the Arthur Dent method. Just don't think about it.
Actually, technically, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fall and don't hit the ground.
Yeah.
Yep. But if you'd like to, if you're interested in transcendental meditation, but you don't want to pay like $500 goddamn dollars for a fucking thing, as someone who used to be part of that movement, I know the entire scheme and methodology of how things are given, how mantras are given. I know the whole formula for that shit, and I give that away for free. I've gotten cease and desist letters. I don't cease or desist.
Yeah, because, well, here's the thing. Like, that's, how to put it, that's the Maya of it. That's the illusion that there are certain chants and there are certain magic powers that you don't understand. Whereas the reality is, no. There are a lot of metaphors that are a lot closer to the truth than you would suspect. But they're probably not what your child mind imagines when it hears those words. I've got to pee, but when I come back, I want to bring up the fact that people are talking about the movie Tampopo, and that is an amazing movie, and I love it. Right?
So yeah, Yogi, I'll DM you sometime about TM.
Awesome. That was one of the proudest moments of my life, by the way. Getting a letter from the fucking David Lynch Foundation saying like, could you please stop doing this?
Oh,
and it's one of those like weird things where I'm just like, simultaneously I was like, I love you, David Lynch. I don't support this though.
How is it possible to like a guy's artistic moves, his films and all that, and come away thinking, yeah, he's such a pompous jackass, but I like his stuff? How is it possible for that?
I don't know. How is it possible that I like the films of Roman Polanski while hating what he does with his life? I don't know.
Fair enough.
It's just shit.
Fair enough, man. So how you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I can't complain. It's how to put it. It's just been tiring because like my work week, my work shifts have gotten a little heavy lately, and I'm just like, oh my god. Well, because how to put it, if you want to know what hell on earth is like, work in food service like during the holiday season.
Did that from 17 to 22.
Then you know what I mean. It's horrible because how to put it, it's that magical time of year where autumn is starting to come upon us, which means all the holidays. Because if you work in food service or any retail that's similar to that in the customer service format, then
I work full time at Best Buy.
Oh, then mid-September to like January is hell on earth.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you want to go out, if you want to be able to hate your fellow man, go amongst them during this most blessed time of the year.
Right.
Oh my god. So yeah, no, it's just been like
Yeah, no, I completely understand where you're coming from. My fear is that they're going to start playing Christmas music in October.
Oh, It's great. My store doesn't play Christmas music until like 2 weeks into December.
Well, that's good.
I know, right? I think it's because the manager knows that if he plays it like in November or some shit, he knows we're eventually just going to rise up and kill him and put his head on a stick. So I think he's aware of this fact.
He wants to prevent the uprising. Then
Exactly. It's
Fair
like,
enough.
what will get the proletariat to finally overthrow the shackles of the bourgeoisie? Having to listen to goddamn Christmas shoes 5 times in a goddamn day.
Oh, jeez.
Fuck that song.
I think I'd rather be in hell.
Fuck that song and fuck the people who wrote it. I can't.
They'll look at it this way, Yogi. They'll share the same level of hell that's reserved for Nickelback.
Phonograph. Oh my god, fucking Nickelback, man. How to put it? I'm glad that someone from the University of Copenhagen did a study on Nickelback. I'm glad about that because now I have an exact explanation to why everyone hates them, and I'm okay with that.
What about the people who actually like them?
Well, how to put it? The reason why people the reason why people hate them is exactly the same reason why some people like them.
No taste?
Well, no, it's okay.
I'm joking. Go ahead.
How to put it? So the reason that you hate Nickelback is that you can tell that it's manufactured.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing about Nickelback. If you look at Nickelback's music, everything is intentionally manufactured to be pop. Like it is intentionally manufactured to be popular at any given moment, which is why like you'll notice that any fluctuation or change in their sound or how they do their songs is in direct correlation to whatever is popular in music and pop culture at the time.
Yes.
And most people recognize the manufactured sound and go, fuck you. And then there's a few people who happen to be dumb, who don't pick up on the fact that it's an obviously manufactured sound and go, but it's technically good. Yes, you are.
What are we talking about now?
Oh, why some people like Nickelback while everyone else hates them. Like what the actual psychological thing behind it is. It's, how to put it, essentially, Nickelback is the elevator music of the rock and roll world. Yeah. I'm sure that there are some people out there who, when they hear elevator music, go, I would love for this to be playing in the background constantly. I'm sure they exist. I don't want to meet those people, but I'm sure they exist.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'm just glad I discovered Tiger Army and AFI around that time.
Well,
there you
go. Go ahead. Huh?
KLF.
Don't know that.
Fucking, I don't know. KLF is one of the greatest bands ever. Why? Because they directly reference the fucking Illuminatus trilogy.
Yes.
You know? From the land. I can't sing, by the way, but just let you know.
So Jack, so you know how earlier you were saying, you know, for the Egyptians being a civilization that recorded everything, it's really weird that they totally didn't record this thing that supposedly happened.
Yeah, totally that's the way people work.
You know, I was gonna say earlier, it's like, oh, you mean kind of the opposite of like what happened like in Hamlin in the 1200s.
Hamlin?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Go on. I don't know about this, but I know what you're talking about.
Oh, because because you know the Pied Piper of Hamelin is like a true story, right?
No.
It's a true story. And here's what I mean by this. So, we happen to know for a fact that in 1284, in the city of Hamelin, Germany, two things happened. One, they had a slight rat problem, and this was a number of years before the bubonic plague, so okay, fine. They had a slight rat problem. The other thing that we know for a fact happened in that year is that 130 children fucking disappeared.
Ooh.
Which is why, no matter how many times that legend is told or retold, that's why it's always 130 children, because they actually fucking disappeared. Now, here's the thing. The town of Hamelin didn't keep records until 100 years after this event, so in 1384.
Mm-hmm.
But in 1384 is where we see the first recordings of this story of the Pied Piper of Hamelin. In 1384, it's like, okay, like, I mean to the point where the actual cathedral of Hamelin, the church of Hamelin, has a stained glass window that, you think, okay, maybe it has Jesus or some saints or the Virgin Mary. No, it's a stained glass window of the Pied Piper of Hamelin taking children away from it.
Whoa.
Wow.
And the original town hall of Hamelin, one of the oldest things that was written down in 1384, is the phrase, in the year 1284 of our Lord Jesus Christ, 130 children born of this place were taken from Hamelin, taken away by a piper into a mountain.
Whoa.
Now, there are a number of explanations as to who the Pied Piper actually, like what it actually is, and because, how to put it, I'm not arguing the idea that a dude with a magical flute actually showed up and fucking hypnotized a bunch of kids. I'm not arguing that. That would be weird. However, I am saying that we don't fucking know what happened, because by the time people were writing it down, anyone who would have been alive was dead. So,
well, the best theory of the Pied Piper of Hamelin that I've ever heard is that it was a recruiter, or we call them recruiters. They're really slavers for the Seventh Crusade,
and they sold 130 of their children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because
wait, are we talking about the Children's Crusade?
Yeah, we're talking about the Children's Crusade. Which, for those of you who don't know, there was a period of time when they were like, "Hey, a small child shall lead them," right? Well, I'm a crazy pope, so I say, yeah, no way the Muslim could fucking stand against our pure, God-given Christian children.
And then they all got slaughtered.
Yeah, and then the fucking Muslims are like, what the fuck are they doing? Because you gotta remember, at this period of history, they were like way above us. They were way above the West. So, yeah, we're gonna kill you with children. They're like, oh my God, these Christians are monsters. Why would they do something like that? That's fucking crazy. Like, you're gonna send your 7-year-olds into battle? You're fucking sick and you need to go.
Now, you see, here's the thing, though. Now, that's a very plausible explanation, but it's the fact that there are a bunch of other possible explanations which are interesting. For instance, there is the explanation that, by the way, I sent you like photos of the stained glass window on Twitter, by the way.
Mm.
But yeah, there's the explanation that it had to do with was it proto? I forget the law of it, but the law that your firstborn child like will automatically inherit all your monies and lands.
Yeah.
There's the explanation that like 130 like kids who were not going to be first in line went fuck you mom and dad and all went off somewhere else.
That's possible, yeah.
There's also an explanation that 130 like young people in the town like ran away to be pagans. Because supposedly, because part of the legend is what happens is he comes back on St. John and Paul's Day, so all the adults are at church. And that's when all the kids get taken away. Yeah.
Well, there's also the fact that, according to historians, many are recruited for the Children's Crusade or pied outfits.
Also, yes.
Yeah. And what pied means is, we stitched this shit together from other shit we had.
It means colorful.
Colorful, yeah.
So patchwork, basically.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So the patchwork piper comes into town and is like, hey, kids, want to join the army of Jesus? They're all like, yay! And this one fucking Pied Piper is like, holy shit, this entire town went for. Fuck yes!
Oh, hold on. Hold on. So wait, this says the Children's Crusade happened in 1212.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, this happened supposedly in 1284.
Ooh. Mmm. Mmm.
Again, this is why my chosen explanation is a bunch of kids just said, fuck it, we're gonna be pagans in the woods and have sex and shit.
Entirely possible. It's like a little mini 60s.
Yeah. Because if you think about it, like that if you look at that area of Germany, you know what's just on the other side?
Black Forest?
Yep.
Black Forest, the only thing that separates Transylvania from Germany. Transylvania.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, dude. It's why my whole thing is like, no, they're probably just like went to be fucking pagans and stole their parents' money and shit.
To join the army of Vlad Dracul. They're like, yo, he's like, yo, kids, how you doing?
I would be totally okay if that's what happened.
Yeah, but then that would mean some of those kids probably participated in impaling some Muslim fighters there.
Actually, that's actually another. Now I think about it, that's probably more plausible because in researching this, people have found that there are very, very old family names in Transylvania corresponding to around the same time. There are also family names that were found in Hamlin.
Boom. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. They braved the Black Forest.
They braved the Black Forest and came out as vampires and werewolves on the other end. You know, like those that had like their fucking mental faculties together, but were like fucking psychopaths, were like, yeah, I live on the blood of the living. What's up? I've been doing this since I was 10 years old. What else you gonna do in that forest? And those that had gone like a little too wild, well, them's werewolves, and they're like, oh, what's your name, little girl? Oh! Stab. I'm Stabitha. Like, okay, she's got a bit of the wolf in her. We can use that in our war against the Turk. Fuck the Turk. Fuck the Turk. He's a Muslim, and in 600 to 800 years, they're gonna fucking fly an airplane. What's an airplane? Fuck you. It's a future thing. And to do gigantic towers, and then the new world will hate the Muslim forever. That's our goal, kids. What's a new world? Shut the fuck up, you little fucking werewolf son of a bitch.
Sounds like a Richard Pryor skit.
I love this idea. I absolutely love this idea that that fucking Vlad the Impaler saw far enough into the future to try to prevent 9/11. That's what.
Let the Turk win. Turk is a piece of shit. Turk rapes little boys. Little boys like me and my brother. All right, let that happen.
Oh, dude. Oh, it's beautiful.
No.
And that's the Transylvanian dream, children.
That's the Transylvanian dream, children, preventing 9/11. So when you see fucking Count Dracula,
And that's how they got the Transylvanian twist.
mm-hmm. Now, think of a man who was trying to prevent 9/11. Yeah, like, wouldn't you sacrifice Mina Harker's virginity to that fucking shit? Of course you would.
Because you're a patriot. And this is
Mina
why
Harker
people
do it for God and country. I'm telling you.
And this is why people like us are not allowed to be teachers.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. By the way, I'm not sure if I've shown you this, but this is a lovely little addition to my button collection, don't you think?
Momastic. Hold on. Say something again, Yogi.
Oh, yo. So, yeah. Wait, you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just like a little button with a picture of Ganesh, and it just says "Namaste, bitches."
Of course.
Since we're showing buttons.
Yeah.
Oh,
By the
nice,
way, I
right?
just want to let everyone know, if you're like, hey, I'm thinking of joining a cult. How do I know what cult is right for me? All right. So I'm going to tell you right now.
The answer is join mine.
Yeah. Absolutely. Join the Temple of the Neon Goat. We're pretty cool. All donations are purely optional. Highly encouraged, though, because I like to not work.
Hey, you could be like me and talk to Jack for $20.
But I was thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, that's like real cults are like really dangerous cults are like kind of like fucking pyramid schemes, sometimes literally.
Yes.
And by literally, I mean like fucking pyramid schemes, which is like, hey, baby, if you let me fuck you, then I'll put in a good word with the man above. And then you could fuck him, and he could talk to God. And say, this girl's pussy's so good, I'll be immortal. Not in those words, obviously, but that's the idea.
Well, if you think about it, that's why that fucking... What was that goddamn, like, pyramid scheme cult we were talking about last time?
Branch Davidians?
No. The one that the girl from Smallville was a part of.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know the one you're talking about.
Bunch of Roman numerals.
Yeah. Now, that is the reason that exists, because now most people would say, what, a pyramid scheme that is also a sex cult, how did that work? The correct question is, how would that not work?
Not work. Yeah. No. Like,
Makes perfect sense.
Makes perfect sense. Like, how to put it? You tell women it's perfectly acceptable for them to have an orgasm. It's a lot easier to get them to join your fucking religious club. For the simple reason that they're like, oh, wait, I don't have to have a baby? And you're like, nope.
Was that
And
how
even
Manson
if you
did
do,
it?
and even if you do, if you're like, no, you gotta have a baby, they're like, I'm pumping out babies for Jesus. You
Was that how
know,
Manson did it?
that's how Manson did it. That's how fucking David Koresh did it. And it seems to be working pretty well so far. That ain't my jam because I'm like, oh no, don't have a kid on my watch.
Yeah, if you want to do that, go to the Quiverful cult.
Yeah. Go to that cult down the road. I don't fucking care. Hold on. Elysia says, Jack, you gotta put on Southern televangelist voice when you go on a Hail Satan rant. Oh. Okay, easy peasy. You ever seen Mr. Show?
Yeah.
You ever seen the Hail Satan Network on Mr. Show?
Yeah.
Okay, so they come out of like we found the world's first educational film. And it's like, you know, from the Middle Ages, it's like, and then the king consults with his menagerie of birds. If the birds agree, then the wizard's hypothesis becomes an old wives' tale. And then he fucking takes off Peasant Pete's foot as payment to give to the wizard. And thus science is further. You know, and then they pan out, and all of a sudden there's Tom Kenny of SpongeBob fame going, they're calling this an educational film. What is this? About wizards? Witches? Where are the songs about our Lord? Sing it with me. He watches over us from down below. His power and his glory darken every door. Oh, Satan, Prince of Darkness, you're my Lord. Hail, Satan, you're my Lord. Hail, Satan, you're my Lord. Hail, Satan, Prince of Darkness, you're my Lord. Ah, hail, Satan. And it becomes like basically the 700 Club, but it's the 666 Club. It's a great bit. Although, for some reason, I really love that bit, but the satanic bit that Mr. Show did that always fucking like warmed my heart was you have like this one guy going like, they have made Satan into a cartoon character, into a boob, a bumbler, a loser, and I will not stand for it. Satan is as powerful and as real as the sunshine. You know, we cannot afford. You know, it's basically like fucking, oh god, what's his name? Bob Odenkirk playing fucking Anton LaVey.
That's beautiful.
Oh, it's so good. It's such a good skit.
That's so beautiful.
You know, and then like the Pope, the Archbishop of whatever comes out and he's like, yes, oh yes, I'm wearing an upside down cross because like we agree Satan is no joke.
Oh my god! How to put it? I've kind of always wondered why there hasn't been like Pentecostal Satanism. You know, I've always wondered.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Like they handle snakes and everything, man. Like
I mean, like, and what I mean, and I want to put out, what I mean by that is that, you know, all like, you know, the logic, reason, and self-affirming beliefs of Satanism, but with the joyous jubilation and ritualistic bullshittery of the Pentecostal church. It seems the funnest way to go.
Oh my god. Hold on. Let's see if I could fucking find this goddamn thing. Oh yes. Here we go.
He watches over us
From down below.
His power and his glory darken every door.
Oh, Satan, Prince of Darkness, you're my Lord.
Hail Satan, you're my Lord. Hail Satan, everyone.
Hail Satan, Prince of Darkness, you're my Lord.
This is beautiful shit right there.
Oh man. Yeah,
But yeah, no, I don't know why it doesn't exist. I feel that it should. I
I
feel that it
agree.
should.
I agree. I agree.
Probably
really
because
do.
I would imagine that most Satanists would be smart enough not to allow themselves to get bitten by snakes, but that's just me.
Well, there is that, but
Yeah, okay,
not
okay,
by
then
poisonous ones anyway.
I was
Fair.
about. I was about to say, okay, Pentecostal Satanists, you won't handle vipers because you may be Satanists, but god damn it, you understand health and safety
Yeah,
regulations.
yeah. Like getting bitten by a
Maybe
viper.
corn
would be-
snake instead.
Corn snake would be fine because like they're non-venomous and generally friendly, and if a corn snake bites you, you've done fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Same thing with a rat snake. If a rat snake bites you, it's probably because you're an asshole.
Yeah. You did something wrong. You did something. That's your fault. Vipers, on the other hand, they're just like
They're kind of
"Fuck
dickish.
yeah!" Yeah, I bite you, and if you don't live, then well, I guess that's just God's will. You know, fucking vipers, man. They're a bunch of they're assholes.
I ever
You
tell you
know?
about that? I ever tell you about like the time I was at a tent revival and I got really high?
You never even told me about the time you were at a tent revival.
Well, you know, when you're, how to put it, what else are you gonna do in North Texas? I mean, really?
What the fuck took you to North Texas?
Oh, the fact that there was relations there. I had me some family.
Oh, okay, like blood relations as opposed
Yes.
to poon relations.
Correct. I had me some family, and it was visiting time. And so cousin of mine was like, "You should come down to the revival," and I said, "Why the fuck not? Because my other option is sitting in this house all evening." And I sure as shit don't want to do that.
Yeah. Oh, Alazia brings up the fact that most Pentecostals don't handle snakes, which, yeah.
That would be the fundamentalist Pentecostal.
Yeah. Basically, there's Pentecostal, which is already crazy, and then there are the snake handlers, which are even crazier than that.
They're technically not. They're legally not allowed to handle snakes, but they do it anyway.
Ooh, yeah.
There have been lawsuits and everything.
I believe it.
Yep. Yeah, the snake handlers. You want to tell me that like witchcraft is bad again? You're gonna be a snake handler, bro? For real? Like there are like straight up like fucking magical rituals from the East that are still practiced to this day. They're all about snake handling. Not the least of which is, hey, if it doesn't kill you, you're blessed by the gods. So they make people do this. And you're like, if it doesn't bite you and you're blessed by the, doesn't that mean that that's like a real risk? Yes. It is a real risk.
Yes,
You gotta boop the serpent on the head 3 times with your fingers, with your hand, whatever you got. If you got no arms, you gotta use your toes.
Yeah, because plenty of serpents like getting bopped on the head 3 times.
Oh, they love it. They love it. It calms them right down. They don't get agitated or nothing.
They don't. Their natural defense instincts and mechanisms don't fucking charge up at all at that motion.
No.
That and 3 fingers of scotch are their favorite things.
Oh my god. Well, like, I couldn't believe that the Karate Kid remake fucking showed that ritual.
It did?
It did.
Yes.
I never watched it.
It did. It showed the ritual. There's this woman who's like, in order to prove that I have the proper kung fu, I must tap this serpent on the fucking head. This cobra on the fucking head 3 times.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. That's a real ritual. And most people survive it. Note, I said most.
And how fast are they running from the snake after the 3rd time?
None.
Wow.
Yeah, they're just on the outside of the circle.
No, because I'll tell you this much, man. If I was being forced to do that, I'd be breaking records running away from that.
Yeah, but no. The idea is that the snake must accept you. Then, and only then, are you a master of the snake ritual.
So, like
That's
I
the thing.
was. So, I just want to point this out. So, like I said, I went to a tent revival with my cousins. The other part of that was I was really, really high.
As you were.
Because how to put it, like how to put it, especially if you're going to some place like North Texas, you take the travel kit with you. You take the yogi medicine with you. So in the car driving over there, I'm just like, hello, little tablet. You're going to sit on my tongue for about 20 minutes.
Otherwise known as the Hunter Thompson starter kit.
Ooh.
Yeah, you just like me, you're just going to sit here for about 20 minutes. So we get there, and how to put it, I'm very much, I'm sitting in this tent with all this shit going on, and I'm very much feeling the spirit. It's just not the Holy Spirit. And so the preacher brings out the snake.
Oh, Jesus.
He brings out the snake.
Okay.
And therefore comes the part where anyone who feels possessed by the Holy Spirit would run up to also grab the snake. And in this exact moment, I felt Shiva Nantaraja calling to me from the front of that tent. So my ass got up out of my chair.
Okay.
And I went up, and I done held the snake.
Really?
And it was perfectly fine. And I held it aloft, and the preacher looked at me and said, "You have the Spirit of Jesus upon you." And I turned to this man and said this. I said, "No."
Oh.
And then I handed him back his snake.
No. Jeez, kiss my ass. What's that? Kiss my ass. No. All right. I'm gonna go glass and put a piece of ice in it. Cause that's what time it is. Time to. Hey all. I'll be right back.
So, how fast did you have to run before they started chasing you out of the tent after that?
Oh, I didn't. I just, again, the people in the audience didn't hear me. He's the only one who heard me, so I sat the fuck back down.
Gotcha.
How to put it? Like, Hindus and snakes, we find. There's a special holiday every year where we worship snakes.
I seem to recall something like that, but I don't recall the specifics.
Oh, it's great. One day every single year, we leave milk outside of the holes of cobras and venomous snakes, and they come out to drink it, and we offer them worship in the form of the arti lights or the rotating of the dia lamps and shit like that, and they just sit there and let us do that.
Why milk specifically?
Because
Tradition?
Yeah, just because on that date the snakes drink milk.
Fair enough. All right. No, I'm trying to hone my interview skills because I'm pursuing becoming a freelance writer / journalist. Yeah, so I've watched videos on interview techniques and trying to learn a lot of things here. So if I get a little too nosy, that's the reason why.
Well, no, there's nothing. Okay, so hold on. To give you a more correct answer, So the holiday is called Naga Panchami. Traditional worship of snakes or serpents observed by Hindus throughout India, Nepal, and other countries where Hindu adherents live. Let's see. History. Indian scriptures such as the Agni Purana, Shankar Purana, Narada Purana, and Mahabharata give details on the history of snakes, extolling worship of snakes. According to the Garuda Purana, offering prayers to snakes on this day is auspicious and will usher good tidings in one's life. This is to be followed by feeding of brahmanas. So, yeah, it's just a thing that we do.
So, do snakes have kind of a hint of, I guess, evil, for lack of a better term, in Hinduism, like they do in Christianity, or is that?
Oh, no, they are exactly the opposite. Like, snakes, in Hinduism, snakes are worshipful, and they are, they are worshipful, they are revered, they are symbols of, they are symbols of self-knowledge. Like,
Yeah, because I've always wondered why snake gets such a bad rap in Christianity, and the only thing I could think of is that maybe the people, who, the Jewish people and the Christianity, and who brought Christianity or their version of it, maybe that because they're desert dwellers, they, if a snake bites them, that they're probably dead. So
I was about to say, like, I think that's one of those things where you're just going to find that the philosophies and religions that come out of desert people are just kind of crazy and full of nature's terrifying, because it is in that climate.
right.
I just think that's just what you're going to find. But like how to put it? So like, example, like in Hinduism, if you ever notice, especially like when we go to a temple, we will danda pranam to the divine images. We won't just bow down. A lot of us will actually like lay down on our stomachs. Let me put it to you this way: what other creature do you know lies on its stomach all the time?
Snakes.
Exactly. The reason we do this is because the temple or the mandir is constructed in such a way to be a powerhouse of spiritual energy, and we wish to feel and absorb that energy. That is the symbolic reason why we lay down flat in front of them. Because, how to put it, like from a Hindu understanding, if I were to give you a snake and you were to hold it for like 5 to 10 minutes, that snake would know more about you in that 5 to 10 minutes than you will ever know about him.
Yeah, sure, because I'd be shaking my shorts on that one.
But like, it's the idea that like snakes are like the possessors of extrasensory perception. Like okay, example, like anyone who like lives in like central to northern California knows that this is true. If you want to know if there's going to be an earthquake in the next couple of weeks, you just go up to the hill where the snakes live, and they're acting weird as shit.
Well, that's animals in general. If they're getting away from the epicenter of an earthquake, they're gonna leave.
Oh yeah, but like snakes will know like over a week in advance. They are the first to know.
Well, considering how close to the ground they are, that's understandable.
Exactly. So so because of the fact that like snakes are like purely instinctual, it's the idea that it's like it's that like they represent like perfect knowledge of self. Yeah.
Interesting.
So they are the keepers of knowledge. Also, that's also kind of why, like, if you look at like depictions of Lord Vishnu, and today actually especially because today was Anandan Chaturthi, which is where Vishnu revealed himself as Ananda, or the Eternal One, and in that image, it's him laying on the cosmic ocean of primordial existence. And what is he always laying on? He's laying on a couch made out of a multi-headed cobra. So
yeah, I have noticed that cobra, well, snakes, cobras in particular, are very prevalent in Hindu art.
Oh yeah, because like how to put it, so there's so in Hindu mythology, there are three great serpent kings. The one that Lord Vishnu is always lounging on is Ananda Shesha, or the first snake, and he is always existing in a mood of pure sattvic or purity. So, and then he has two other brothers, one of which is Rajistic, which is like in a mode of passion, and then one which is Tamistic, which is a mode of ignorance. So part of of Hindu mythology is that every snake belongs to one of these three families, and that's why sometimes you find snakes that won't bother you and are perfectly fine. Sometimes you find snakes that are agitated and will bite you, and sometimes you find snakes that are just temperamental. And that's the mythological explanation for why.
Interesting.
Oh, hi, Jack. We just talking about snakes and shit.
I like snakes.
I like snakes too.
They're nice.
That's why my god sleeps on one.
Well, doesn't he sleep on like 12?
No, that's one snake. He just has like a lot of heads.
Oh, what? You look like you're dead. I do? Why do I look like I'm dead? Oh, that. Oh, no, that's different. That ain't no real me. That's the World of Warcraft I pulled up just in case. Which apparently something killed me. I ain't saying I'm proud of it. Just saying it happened. Hold on. Shut this down, actually. Hold on. Count Jackula, excited for the Jordan Peele Twilight Zone revival.
Ooh. I'm gonna reserve judgment on that.
Yeah. I gotta reserve judgment on that because, like, what was it? Was it Ice-T or Ice Cube that hosted the last one?
No, it was Forrest Whitaker.
That's right. It was Forrest Whitaker. Because apparently, to me, all black people look the same. Don't ask me. I got no idea. Fucking racist piece of shit. Yeah. I actually wait, Yogi. Wait, hey Yogi, I ripped Short Bus. Holy fuck, Short Bus! Holy crap, that's a movie.
Yeah. No, I've seen it.
Because it means meeting more gay Republicans and people he won't lie. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, like, how to put it, man? Like, the thing I loved about Short Bus is it did actually portray a very particular moment in time, which is like the mid-late 90s. Anywhere there's a lot of gay people. Anywhere there's a lot of queers. And I'm pretty sure I'm talking about the same one, right? I mean, there's only one movie called Short Bus, right?
Yeah, the one that made up in Canada.
Yeah. But it's set in New York, isn't it?
I believe so.
And it is one of the most pretentious softcore porns I've ever seen in my life.
It is. It is. And thank God for that.
I know, right?
You know, I don't look. I understand that we live in a patriarchal society where apparently, like, fucking free love and sex are, for some reason, the solvent which will unglue all of civilization. Honestly, I think it's just a bunch of dudes in charge of shit that still can't get laid.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say that if free love and sex and the liberation of the vagina is in fact the solvent that will unravel society, then society might deserve to be unraveled.
Well, I gotta agree, because I'm like, wait, come on, man. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. It's not like, you know, how to put it. We could have whorehouses, and that's how we collect taxes. We could have done that.
I think they actually used to do that up until the 20th century here in America.
Well, they weren't taxes, but what actually happened was, particularly in, like, the
New Orleans,
settleable, in the areas of the world that were newly settled, prostitutes were the ones who financed most of everything.
Oh yeah, no. Madams and whorehouses founded Western towns. Everybody.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it.
Yeah, you all remember Miss Lily in the saloon? She wasn't there just because she was the owner. She was working with
Oh
the
my
girls
god.
there as well.
Like there two other great examples. One is New Orleans.
Yep.
The other great example is Seattle.
Really?
Oh
Seattle.
yeah. Oh yeah. Okay,
I would
so
thought Portland.
no, Seattle.
Huh.
Seattle was the big whore town. Because like Portland was actually fucking conservative compared to Seattle back in its founding days. Like for one, these motherfuckers are like, Portland, that's too conservative. Fuck that. We're gonna move up 2 hours drive up north. We don't even know what a drive is. So that's like 2 days, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna go 2 days up north and we're gonna settle on this little fucking island that looks awesome. Little do we know that the reason none of the natives settle on that is because that during the rainy season, it goes from being this nice little picturesque island to being a fucking swamp.
So they were basically like, well, fuck this. We're going to go up here, up north, and and have blackjack and hookers. And in fact, forget the blackjack.
Yeah. As a matter of fact. And they had this entire scam that they were running against the U.S. government. Because there was this whole area of town known as the Seamstress Union. What was this Seamstress Union?
Whores.
It was a whore town. That was where you bought pussy. And the madams of that area were like, all right, when the IRS man comes in, you tell him you're a seamstress. That's why we've got these hundreds of fucking
bloomers and shit.
Looms and shit. We don't use them. Well, unless y'all want to take it up as a hobby, that's fine. We could do that. That'll look good. That'll look good on the books.
Hey, I'm fine with it. I mean, a lot of great things come out of whorehouses. Jazz, for example.
Jazz. Other people. Like a lot of good things come out of whorehouses.
Many a family was saved by the kindness of the whorehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how to put it, man? Like when the whorehouse is a better orphanage than the fucking church. I don't know what to say, man. You done fucked up. You fucking are just fuck you. No, I'm sorry. The women that you say are of loose morals, better caretakers than fucking pedophile priests will ever be. Got it?
Don't forget the penguins.
Penguins?
Nuns.
Oh, the nuns. Yeah. Oh. Well, this is why, like, back in the day, orphanages were run by whores, not nuns.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were like, oh, there are all these people around that the whores had. What do we do with them? It's like, well, you just let them take care of them. There are all these women around. Why not, right? Like, you would think that would fucking, like, fit right in with patriarchy. But no. We have to know who inherits what money.
I gotta point out that, like, when you were talking about, like, this concept of, like, people moving up to like whores moving up to Seattle and settling the island, but then, like, it turns into a swamp during the rainy season. All I can think to myself is, other people said it was daft to build a brothel in the swamp, but I built it
anyway.
Just to show
It
them.
sank. I built another one. That one sank too.
I built a third brothel. That one burned down, fell over, and then sank into the swamp. But the fourth one stayed up. And that's what you're getting, lassie.
See.
The strongest brothel in these
isles. No, like, no kidding. That's the history of Seattle, baby. Seattle is based off of people who weren't smart enough to go where the gold was, and whores who realized that guys who weren't smart enough to know that Seattle wasn't San Francisco probably willing to pay a lot more for fucking. And they were right.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It makes me think about something that I heard a couple weeks ago. I'm going to go into pro wrestling territory here. So if you guys don't,
Ooh.
yeah. So basically, you know who Jim Cornette is, right?
Vaguely.
Yeah, Jim Cornette was a pro wrestling manager, very big in the
I am the
industry,
devil.
like
Do
WWE
you
National Wrestling.
understand? Just what will
They're
you
not really
give me
around
for
anymore,
your
but Billy
titties
Corgan
and
bought the
beer?
rights to
I suppose
NWA
you
recently.
notice
So he's
this little
resurrected.
contract here.
Anyway, they were talking about having a show in New Orleans. I think it was about 87, 88, something like that. And they were having a big show at I believe this is the Sugar Bowl. I think that's the one in New Orleans.
I'm not exactly certain. I don't know sports, man.
Okay. Well, the last 3 years prior, they had actually sold out like that big stadium for their big show. And then that particular year, they're going out there, and the guy who was scouting out for them comes back to the owner of the NWA and says, "We can't have it here this year because there are no whores there." And yeah, and the guy responds, "Well, pay for your own blowjob." And the guy's like, "No, you don't understand. If there are no prostitutes, no whores around this, then there's no way in hell we're going to be able to sell this out." And it turned out they didn't.
Yeah,
They
well,
tried
yeah.
anyway. They
Yeah.
tried anyway and they didn't.
Yeah, because it turns out getting laid is like, dude, that's the great motivator of all things, man.
Yeah. So the next time you go to the Super Bowl or the World Series or anything, take a look around you and see how many prostitutes are hanging around.
Yeah.
That has determined where it is this year.
Well, yeah, like what other great measure of prosperity could there be than how much someone's willing to put down on 11-second orgasms? Seriously.
No, I believe it.
You know, like, come on. You need to measure that shit, because that's the real economy.
Mm-hmm.
You know? People think it's gold. We only like gold because whores love it. Everyone who ain't a hoe, you don't really like gold. You just like gold because it gets you hoes.
Yeah.
And if you're like, well, I like gold.
My own Clash of Champions, I don't remember which one.
Yeah, and a lot of people are like, well, I like gold. And I'm like, well, then use a hoe. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Riley, you're not paying the woman, you're paying the restaurant.
Ron.
But
I'm paying!
That makes her
Well, like, that's one of those things where people get like, I don't like the fact that I have to pay for the woman. I'm like,
you're not paying for the woman, you're paying for the sex.
Just look. You have a need they're trying to fill. And there is an exchange medium.
Mm-hmm.
She either gives it away for free because she loves you, which that happens all the time. It's a thing that fucking happens. Don't get me wrong. You know, a lot of women's are like, yeah, I want this guy to fucking do me in the dirt butt. You know, because I like him. Because maybe if I have children with him, I'll actually like children. That's the calculation. Otherwise,
like John Lennon said, man, why don't we do it in the road?
Do it in the fucking road. Just make sure to wrap that rascal.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how to tell it. I know how to tell it. Like, a woman's just as worried about fucking unwanted children as you are.
Mm-hmm.
If you're
amongst other things.
Yeah, amongst other things. And she's like, oh god, I gotta carry this fucking piece of shit. And maybe, but the upside for her that allows her to go through this, like, the worst part of it is she's like, well, the child is genetically disposed to like me.
That's more than I can say for your ass.
Yeah, that's more than I can say for your ass. You'll get that. Your father, you don't get that. You don't get that, like, automatic. You gotta earn it. You gotta be worth something. And at the end of the day, like, fuck it. Do you even want to worry about that calculation? No, fucking slap a rubber on yourself.
Hmm.
Oh my
And,
fucking god.
And for some reason, hey Jack,
Yeah.
Jack, Granddad, no, please
Don't feed her the cheddar biscuits.
This house getting the cheddar biscuits, not even the
Family
family.
eating cheddar biscuits. This random broad get cheddar biscuits, Granddad.
No, please don't
Feed her the cheddar biscuits. Oh my god, that bit. I love that bit so much.
It's like your granddaddy got game recognized granddad, and you looking pretty unfamiliar right now.
Where's Granddad? Excuse me, sir. Can I help you?
Boy, shut up.
Oh my god. All right, so I gotta tell you, and I think it was I'm a little snockered, but I'm pretty sure this was. Hey, babe. You eating cheddar biscuits? Was that in the open relationship days? Long John Silver, Red Lobster cheddar biscuits. No. Last time when you had them.
I had them back when I went out.
Wait, no, I never had no cheddar biscuits. What are you talking about? No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
I haven't had cheddar biscuits in a fucking damn sight. And definitely
You're
not.
also drunk and not remember.
I'm pretty sure we didn't. We've never been to a Red Lobster together.
Yes,
Are you sure you didn't go there by yourself?
I'm quite sure.
We got the cheddar biscuits?
Yeah. You're cut off and then you're girlfriend or not.
This man forgot the cheddar
Apparently, I
biscuits.
forgot. Apparently, I forgot the cheddar biscuits drunk. So I better fucking chill out.
Yeah.
That's a whole other level.
I was like,
It was.
but it happened.
All right.
Cheddar biscuits, bro.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Apparently, like that's like a thing.
Boy, who's at the door? It's a dude in a purple suit.
Oh.
I love you, babe. This motherfucker right here. You don't even remember the cheddar biscuits. Hell. You gotta call up her mom. It's like, Mommy, you was right. I'm fucking.
I done fucked up.
I done fucked up. I'm gonna live with you. I'll be like, ah. So thank you for my divorce, you fucking piece of shit.
I'm glad I could help.
You're not gonna divorce me because I forgot about cheddar biscuits?
Yep. I'll get you to buy that mix.
Make me. You mean let me?
Yep.
You're gonna let me finally get those damn things. She got no comeback for that. Because every time we go by that cheddar biscuit from Red Lobster mix at the Costco, I'm like, hey, we can make cheddar biscuits from fucking Red Lobster in our own home. And she's like, nah, it's too expensive.
Because I don't want to do it.
She's like, nah, I don't want to do it. It's too expensive.
I swear to God, you have to make.
Oh, you mean for a change?
Yeah. For a change, who does all the cooking around? It's 50-50. Even if I just made it sound like I did all the cooking.
You try to make it sound like you did all the cooking.
I know, but it's 50.
It's
I try to keep it right after.
who does the real cooking then?
Both of us.
No.
Uh-huh.
Mom, Dad, stop fighting.
I'm doing the cooking now? Well, then I'm buying the cheddar biscuit mix. I'm buying the Red Lobster cheddar biscuit mix next time I'm at the Costco. That's how that goes. I'm going to cook them. We're going to eat them. And I'm going to eat one in front of you and go, you don't get this one. Oh, you say that now. How are you going to do that? Out of my mouth?
That works every time.
I think I'm going to have to do a little bit better than that.
No, I don't.
They do. Well, now I'm armed. What are you going to do after that? What? What?
Hey, look over there.
Hey, hush mode. What? What's it going to be?
You're very hostile.
I'm not hostile.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Over here.
All right, so what she fails to tell you is that there was tits involved in that. Give me that. It's got a frog in. It's got 2 frogs left in it. That's the way that goes. And if you're like, wow, I can't have a relationship like that. Well, geez, I guess you just a sad sack of crap then.
Isn't that part and parcel to the relationship in the first place?
Well, if we haven't been in a long-term relationship in the first place, then, like, I feel like I shouldn't.
My longest relationship was like a year, so.
Most of my relationships actually only lasted 2 weeks. Because I got bored easy. And that sounds horrible. I go lie. But I knew what I wanted. And if it was like,
it wasn't that.
oh my God. I can't tell you how many girls I dated where I wasn't just dating them. I was dating them and their therapist.
Oh, Jesus.
You ever had that shit?
Can't say I have, but I can see it happening.
Yeah. It's an endless barrage of, well, I talked to my therapist and I'm like, oh my God, this is our second date. I understand that you got problems, but you've been talking about your therapist for fucking 2 hours. Really? How about, hey, Jack, did you see a nice movie? Do I look nice in this dress? How about I give you a blowjob? You something! I move fast. I move fast. Our first date was us fucking. No. The first actual date was sex. Yeah, see, you got no comeback for that. Yeah. No, hot tub does not count as a date. Why did we have sex before the first date?
The hot tub.
We never had sex in the hot tub.
No, we had sex after the hot tub.
That was the first date.
It wasn't a date. Everyone else was there too.
What? No, they weren't there when we were fucking.
Maybe go on to discuss other things.
Your sex life, no, your sex life never wins. Yeah?
I gotta get back.
Aww. I love you. Alright. Alright, you do work. We totally did on the first date. Everything else is just a technicality.
Yeah, my first date with the 1 year, we got into bed within about 45 minutes.
Well, yeah. Like, I don't know how to say it other than that's actually pretty much the way it naturally works. Like, everyone's like, oh, well, we have to go through this process of like, well, I like you, I don't like you, maybe yes, maybe no, maybe on prom night, blah blah blah. No, that's artificial civilization bullshit. A relationship starts the minute you have sex for the first time.
You know, it's really weird. Like pretty much all of my relationships were sex on the first date kind of shit. But here's what's interesting. So to date, my longest relationship was with Eric, my most recent ex, and he didn't let me fuck him on the first date.
Oh, how many dates did it take?
It took 2, but it wasn't on the first one, and I think that I think that's honestly what intrigued me, because I was like, what?
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was just that thing of like, this is different.
Okay, like I'll accept that because that's like number date 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that's soon enough. You know, that's like he's not. It's like he's feeling you out at the same time. You know, but like I've known some people who are like, no, we're not having sex, and some people are like, okay, and I'm like, well, then you're not in a relationship. Yeah, unless you're both asexual, you ain't in a relationship.
Yeah, no,
you're in an anticipation to fuck it.
It was, how to put it? It was really weird for me though, because I was just like, what do you mean I don't automatically get what I want? I always get what I want. Who the fuck are you?
Who do you think you are?
Exactly. Who do you think you are that you can stand to my will? Who are you?
Yeah, and then you become intrigued.
Exactly. I was
that's one of them things. Like that's a tried and true like fucking, you know, dating trick that works for both sexes, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you really want to go that way, and I didn't want to go that way. People are like, geez, Jack, you're a fucking impatient guy. And I'm like, yeah, know thyself. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, be like, wow, can you wait? And I'm like, no, I can't. I really can't. But would you rather wait 1 week or a month and find another girl, do it on the first date? And I'm like, I'd rather wait a month and go for the first. Like, why? That doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, look, my standards are different, okay? I ain't waiting around pining to get laid. I don't do that anymore. You know? Like, to be honest, like, because I think that there's definitely a period of time where we all do that.
I don't do that anymore.
Oh man, I mean, like, I think the last time I was willing to take shit from a girl I was attracted to, and by shit I mean like come back and ask again, as opposed to just saying like, yeah, I'm not talking to you. Was one woman said, I only date tall, skinny goth guys, as a refusal, and I'm like, I weighed 130 pounds at the time. 6 foot. I'm like, what? You could have just said, nah, I'm sorry, I don't see you that way. Because if I wasn't willing to accept that answer, you punching me in the dick is actually an acceptable response. You know, like, in my world, it's like, no, I'm not into you. And I'll be like, well, fuck you then, pretty girl. I'm gonna go over here and cry in a corner, and then will you feel sorry?
No, really, you won't. So I'm just gonna masturbate.
You just go masturbate in the corner while crying. You know, like, or something, right? But I really resented being handed a line. And I think about that a lot. I was like, wow, why was it the line that pissed me off? Because there are plenty of girls who are like, I'm sorry, I'm not into you. I'd just be like, All right, fair enough. And move on. And of course I did feel bad, but like I didn't resent them. You know, I just felt bad about me. I'm like, why did I get a girl like that? You know, and then some other girl comes along and I'm like, oh, hey. It's like, I really like half Asian guys who fucking, like, you know, take me on the first date. And I'm like, oh. And then you feel better. You know, it happens. But don't lie to me. I don't appreciate that. You know, like occasionally I still see that woman.
What's this? The worshiper of the Prince of Lies does not like being lied to.
Yeah. Because I like to, everyone likes to know what's going on. Nah. Nah. You know, but more importantly, it really was the like, hey, I don't date anyone except for people who exactly match the description that I just told you that you completely fit in. Excuse me?
See, just make yourself feel better about it and be like, you know what? It's because I'm Asian, isn't it? You racist.
Actually, I asked that answer was handed to me twice, and to the one girl's credit, when I said, it's because I'm not white, is it? Now, to her credit, for whatever that is, she said, yeah.
Well, at least she was honest about it.
Yeah, like there was definitely that, like, okay, I can't. What am I gonna say? You know, what can I really do in that instant? You know?
Not much.
Yeah, there really isn't. Like, and I don't know, every guy wants to know the answer to one question he should never ask. What is it you don't like about me? Never ask this question. Because
especially if you feel the person's going to be honest.
Yeah. Just don't. Simply accept that this is the truth. You're like, but how can I improve myself? I gotta tell you exactly how you improve yourself under those circumstances. Don't ask the question and move on. That's how you improve yourself.
What was it Oscar Wilde said once? Isn't it dreadful how people will say things about one that are completely true?
Yeah, that's happened a couple of times, you know. But like the weird thing is when, man, there are a lot of white girls who will only date white guys.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. It happens much more frequently. Yeah. Like black gals are willing to play the field. More black gals are willing to play the field. They're like, well, you know, I've only been around one type of guy for most of my youth, but hell, we're open for business.
It's weird. How to put it? I once got accused for not going out with a guy potentially because of racism, and I was like, no, that's not the issue at all. Like, it was really weird. Like, there was this guy tried to pick me up a few times, and I just went, no, and eventually he just said, it's 'cause I'm black, isn't it? And this was that moment where I was like, in my head, I'm like, do I actually respond to this? I think I'm gonna have to. And the true answer was, no, it's not 'cause you're black, it's 'cause you're not cute.
No, you're just fugly. My dick is just not hard thinking about you.
I just don't like how busted your face is. I'm sorry.
You just ugly.
No.
You know? You're ugly and your personality ain't much to speak of. You know, like that. Oh man, that was the fucking like nastiest line I ever heard.
Oh,
I'm
what?
like, you know, it's like, why? What? There's this one girl's like, why don't you want to go out with me? This one guy, it was a girl, and this one guy just like, because you're ugly and your personality ain't much to speak of. I'm like,
Wow.
whoa, holy
Wow.
shit!
That is a perfect reason not to
Yeah.
date
Oh no,
someone.
it's a perfectly valid reason. It's just you don't think that someone can be ugly and worthless as a person. But lo and behold, as a matter of fact, they can. And I didn't recognize this until this very moment I heard that shit. You know, like shit heard at the club. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, you know, that would be really fucking fucked up if he wasn't right. You
Wow.
know? Like, well, how to put it? Just because you're not good looking doesn't mean you have a great personality.
Right.
It really doesn't. And despite the fact that we disparage that as a society, for some reason, we disparage the great personality, it is a fucking standard that you need to have.
Oh, definitely.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because when we were kids, what was the one thing that we tried to avoid when it came to women? Oh, she's got a great personality, because there was
Yeah.
a code behind that, which turned out to be 9 times out of 10 complete bullshit, by the way.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, that's just something people say when they don't know what else to say.
That
Right.
being
Because
said,
most people don't have great personalities.
that being said, if you do honestly have a wonderful, great personality, that shit can over. If you actually have a great personality, that shit can
Oh my
overcome
God.
many defects.
That overcomes that honestly does overcome so much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to the point where if you're very attractive and you have a great personality, everyone else of your gender and sexual orientation despises you because you are irrefucking-sistible.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we got some news in yonder chat.
Oh, what's going on?
Jeffrey of Winged
Joffrey's gonna be a dad.
He gonna be a daddy.
Oh, congratulations.
Holy crap. Are you a boy or girl, or do you not know yet?
Oh, but still.
Well, now we
congrats.
gotta wait. But no, that's great. Like, that's great. Spoil your kids rotten. Just not, maybe not Baron Trump rotten. You know,
Oh, Jesus. Just a quick aside for Trump. Did either of you manage to read the new book that Bob Woodward put out, the Trump book about his administration?
I have not.
I haven't read the whole thing.
I've heard.
I've read segments, and what segments you will get from that book is plenty.
I killed that book in 5 days. That if even half of what's true in that book has been written in the book, yeah, that's the look I had.
Yeah, even a quarter of that shit, where you're just like, oh my. Like, how to put it? America, for the first time in many a year, might survive despite a presidency.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what they used to say about W. Bush, but I think this is worse.
Oh, this is way worse.
Yeah.
George W. How to put it? George W. Bush is an idiot. He was incompetent. He was a liar. He was a sleazebag. But he was all those things in the name of America. Or what he thought was America.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? Trump don't have even that.
Nope.
Oh, by the way, apparently Joffrey says they don't know the sex yet.
Okay.
Well, either way, Mazel Tov.
Wait, the Mario character? What are you talking about Mario Brothers?
Oh, no, he's saying, okay, because earlier he said, I heard of the comparison of his dick to Toadstool, the Mario character.
Yes.
Oh, Trump, yeah. The Stormy
I
Daniels
really
is going to
didn't
give
know that.
all the details. That woman gonna give you all the details.
All the details.
You know, no. That woman's like fucking. No, she'll never get. That woman deserves a Medal of Honor because that's fucking. She deserves the Purple Heart because that's fucking like injury in the line of duty. In my opinion.
But yeah, no. Talking about like George W. though, like I think we all should have known something was a bit off when he fucking waved at Stevie Wonder. Remember that shit? He waved at Stevie. Remember that? Most of our exports come from most of our imports come from other countries. Across this country, there's a great tragedy happening. Gynecologists cannot practice their love of women.
Okay.
One important thing we have to ask ourselves, is our children learning?
Wow, let me diagram that sentence.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on. We can't get fooled again.
Nice comeback.
Mission accomplished.
That was the best one.
Like, what are you even talking about? What was the mission? Could you tell me what the mission was?
Oh, here's my favorite one. Doing heck of a job there, Brownie.
Yep.
Hold on,
that's my favorite one.
That's not enough. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think
the point is, George W. was dumb as a fucking wet sack of hammer. But he believed in America. Now, you might argue that that's what made him so stupid. But at least there's that.
So that's the thing. That's what endeared him to people, though. That's the thing about that.
Yeah.
Because that little man is an idiot. But God,
So
did he believe?
stupid.
But
Yeah,
did he believe in the country?
America. He believed in America. And at the end of the day, like, I'm like, all right, you believe in America. I don't think that's enough. But I will definitely give that to you. Trump, I'm like,
Yeah, it was funny before he had a position of authority.
this is a man. This is a man who. This is my favorite story about Trump because I feel like it tells you fucking everything. So, his daughter, was it Ivanka?
Mm-hmm.
Whoremouth. Before she was Whoremouth, she was just a little girl. And she made, out of Legos, a Trump Tower. I did. She makes a little Trump Tower out of Legos. Her father's response, it's got 3 columns, not 2.
So what?
And my feeling is, this 7-year-old kid just did a replica of a tower you had built. But to say, I love you, Dad, and what you have done. Now, is she naive and stupid? Yes, she's 7.
But she's your kid,
But
man.
she's the child. You know? And you're like, yeah, you did it wrong. Fuck you, Captain Comb-Over. Fuck you. You know, this guy's the fucking president. Like, this shitheel. This fucking piece of human fucking fecal dandruff. You know, like, he's the president. And he's apparently elected. And some of his supporters are okay with the fact that they elected him under Russian influence.
Well, you know the old saying, you can give $1 million to a pig, that's still a pig.
I got a better saying, which is you can fool some of the people.
Small loan of $1 million. Small loan.
I'm going to go with P.T.
All
Barnum.
on my ass.
You can fool some of the people all of the time.
Yeah.
Fool all the people some of the time. You can fool some of the people all the time. But you can't fool all the people all the time. You know, but like, god damn it. Like, I feel that's what Trump is. He's like evil P.T. Barnum. P.T. Barnum just wanted your fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
Trump wants your soul and your firstborn children.
Yeah. He wants like your loyalty and the adoration that he's the greatest. Oh, I'm gonna do such a good job. Oh, let me fucking do my hair. Oh my god, you know, I'm gonna do such a great job. It's gonna be amazing. You know, oh my god.
And don't forget, he knows all the best words.
I've got all the best words.
All the best words. Oh, so good. And I'm just sort of sitting there going like, are you telling me that the only reason I have to deal with this is because your mom was too much of a pussy to fucking kill you when you came out of the womb?
Damn. But yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm looking at this and I'm like, wow. According to American society and the world I live in, you are the winner of everything. But every other metric tells me that you are the worst human being on the planet. One of the worst human beings on the planet.
Well, time for a new society. Quick, burn down the buildings, children.
Raise the dome. You know, because
But don't worry, children. Santa Claus still lives in the hearts and minds of us all.
No! In space! Gathering power! And that's why we live in this protective dome. You know, raise the shields, children.
Yeah, stuff like that makes you wonder if seasteading ain't something you can give a shot.
If what?
Seasteading.
I don't know what that is.
Basically, it's a bunch of people creating their own colonies out at sea.
Nah,
like,
not really.
Old oil derricks, that sort of thing.
Nah, not really. Like,
nah, that only happened. That only worked for the Principality of Sealand because England fucked up on its legal system.
Well, and even then, it didn't last for. It only lasted for like what, 12 years.
No, it's still there.
Sealand is still there.
They're still there. I'm a proud citizen.
Oh, how does one gain citizenship to Sealand?
You pay for it.
How much?
Okay, so prices have increased over the past 10 years. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I think I would. I want to make up a fake country, and if things go bad for me, like, look, I've always said, like, people are like, what are you willing to give up for the life where you get everything you want? And I'm like, well, I'm not willing to give up the only thing that's worth that. But if fate takes it from me, then I'm going to collect.
Okay. So apparently you can become a Lord, Lady, Baron, or Baroness of Sealand for just a small price of $45. Become a Count or Countess for $295.
All right, that's the goal.
Become a Duke or Duchess for $735. Or join the Knights of the Sovereign Military Order of Sealand for $147.
Wait. You get to a knight ship is more expensive than a count ship?
No. The count ship is more expensive than the knight.
Oh, okay. So one is it's citizen, knight, lord, count, baron.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay, all right. That scans. You know, that works.
Yeah. And apparently they're celebrating their 50th year of independence.
Yep.
50th?
Yep.
They've really been going that long?
Yep.
Yep.
Since 1967, apparently.
Also,
Oh, damn.
now, like I said, the prices on that have gone up, and when it was lower, I got you beat, bro.
Oh shit! What'd you get?
I'm a duke.
Oh, you piece of shit. Piece of shit.
Behold, I am part of the peerage.
Oh, you motherfucker! Like I feel like, I feel like I need a citizenship because I know enough girls who are like, I want to be a mermaid. That if I'm like Countess Sealand, I think I'm fucking set. I'm
Hey,
fucking
man, hey,
set,
you-
bro. Like people, I'd be come in, they'd be all like, "Oh, I want to be a princess of Sealand." Oh, there can only be one. And they're like, "Oh, the prince didn't pick me," and I'm like,
Hey,
"You
hey,
still
imagine
want,
this.
you want to still rule over this
See, here's-
sixth
hey,
deck
imagine
of
this.
Sealand? This you could have. See this fucking this 1,000-foot part of a used oil rig, baby. It's all yours."
Worse.
Hey, imagine this. The Count Jackula rave at Sealand.
That'd be amazing. I still want to do like the Count Jackula rave at anything.
Right.
Count Ravula. You know, or what do you think is better, Con Jackula or Count Ravula?
I like Count Ravula better.
No, okay. Count Ravula? Okay. All right.
But yeah, no, like I've got, I don't know how to put it. I used to have a Sealandian passport, but
Are you
there
shitting
were
me?
I say used
Is
to.
that recognized?
See, that's why it's used to.
Oh.
That's why it's used to, because it was recognized, but not by everyone, and this caused an issue.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Britain officially recognized it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about anybody else.
There's a handful of countries that recognize their sovereignty, and a handful of other big countries that go fuck you. So it's very much in limbo.
It's contentious, you know. Like
It's kind
it
of
ain't like that U.S. passport that gets you in anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so I'll be getting an ID card soon. But whatever.
Wait, what do you
we
mean
just
you'll be
went-
getting an ID card soon?
Well, now they have a thing now where instead of a passport, you get like a Sealandian ID card that identifies you as a as a citizen of
I
Sealand.
am. I'm actually lighting something. Well, yeah, I failed on the first try. He's like, "What is that smoke? What is that? Are you gonna burn the house down like the neighbor did?"
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, what do you mean it wasn't their fault? I know we didn't intend to, but even if it happened here and I didn't intend to, and it was because of a match I lit, you would blame me. Yeah.
But you didn't die. I blame you.
That has nothing to do with the guilt of the matter. Don't play with fire when I'm drunk?
Yeah.
All right, that's harder to argue with.
That's a reasonable request.
That is a good request. Yeah. To tell you what, though.
What?
I don't know much.
Oh, by the way, I'll tell you something that makes Sealand a real country in the eyes of the European. And you know what that is?
What is that?
They have a national soccer team.
Oh shit! EU can't argue with that. Neither can FIFA.
Nope.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on.
Jeffrey Wingding says he wants to kill his neighbor Yogi. Says he wants to kill
Why?
his neighbor. I actually don't know, Jeffrey. Joffrey? Why do you want to kill your neighbor?
Why? Let's see. Why?
Is he
why
your
do you want
dwarf
this?
uncle? Is that it? You know, is he your bride to be's former family? You know, is it just some random pagan family you screwed on the deal who's gonna murder you on your wedding night?
Oh, so here's something. Let's see.
Oh
Um,
shit!
What?
He diddled his daughter.
Oh,
Ooh, that's pretty serious.
yeah.
Don't let him watch your kids. Jesus.
Hmm.
Fuck. I don't even know what to say to that. I think thanks for sharing, man, but you stumped me.
I think
Oof.
how to put it. Maybe don't kill your neighbor, but if you hear about someone else trying to, just let that shit go.
I think really honestly the best course of action is stay
Yeah.
away. Make sure none of your young relatives or the children of your friends go close to that guy. Just be like, blasted it. Want to fucking like we don't know how far that goes. Did he molest her because she was only 8 years old or because she was a relative? We're not sure. If he's only 8 years old, we got a problem. If it's because it was a relative, we're all in the clear. Not condoning it, just saying we don't have to. Ew.
Yeah.
So
Ew.
On a slightly how to put it on a slightly more. Oh, apparently he was arrested today.
Good. Fucking good.
All right then. On a how to put it, so on a slightly more positive note, or more frivolous note, Sealand national football team recently played against and won Cyborgia.
That's a country?
You know that little principality in the south of Spain that's recognized as its own thing?
No, I didn't know this.
Oh, okay. There's a little principality called Cyborgia in the south of Spain that has retained its autonomy for over 150 years.
Okay.
So it is a country, it's just very, very small.
Okay.
Sealand played against them and won 2-3.
Yikes.
Close
Pretty
game.
sound defeat.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think as much fun as I'm having, I'm fucked up beyond the capacity for rational thought. So I think I might need to call it for now. Because I'm sitting here going,
Bleh.
hi, Booze Fairy. What's that? You want me to drink you, but I'm in the middle of a... So, I am thinking maybe I need to, like... It's been 3 hours. Maybe I ought to just make this a short one. Let's see. Oh, GA Templar says I have one person in prison now who murdered, oh gee, maybe even raped a friend of mine, my brother's and former girlfriend. Oh my. Whoa. Yeah, like I have a friend who's has there was this nip slip at one point at a party and like I couldn't help but notice that there was a scar like right over it.
Okay.
And I'm like, what the? Like, and I'm like, you know, you see a scar over someone's nipple, you're like, whoa, like that's like intense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, whoa, what happened? And I'm expecting to hear a story of like an errant fucking piercing. No, X stabbed her.
Ooh.
And I'm like, what?
I mean, I can't even imagine. I was stabbed in the thigh, so I can't even imagine what that must feel like.
Oh my god, yeah. Like abdomen, thigh, arm, you know, okay, got it. But I'm like, oh. Like even as a dude, I'm like, over the nipple? Oh my god.
Yeah.
You know, like that's fucking intense. And I was like, what the bleh?
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, Jeffrey says my wife has one, but she is also a cop. Okay, so she got that like in the line of duty, I take it.
Mm.
Because that's not great. But it's a little bit, you're not living in is quite a cruel world when that's like some random perp, as opposed to, yeah, my ex-boyfriend did that. No, it wasn't with my consent.
Mm.
You know, like
It's kind of like how am I angry that I've been shot? Yes, I'm less angry that it was my friend making a drunken mistake.
yeah. Like I've never been successfully shot. I've been shot at.
Oh, that should hurt.
What? Oh no! I have no idea what it's like to actually get hit by any kind of fucking bullet or buckshot. You know, but I have been fired at, and I cannot imagine that actually being hit is any more terrifying. I imagine it hurts more.
Oh, it feels like fire. It feels like heavy fire. It's disgusting.
Oh. Yeah, like I've been shot at, but never successfully hit. You know, knock wood. But I have been stabbed. That's weird. Because in a stabbing, you either get lucky or you don't. I got lucky.
It's also weird because, like, there's that split second that your brain just goes, what?
Yeah. Yeah. You're just sort of like, wait, did that just happen? Ow. And then
Holy
you're
shit,
like,
that happened!
holy shit, that happened. And then you're fucking like, and either one of two things happens. You either run, like I did, or you get super angry. Which is what I saw someone else do. Like, I saw another guy get stabbed. He was like, you fucking stabbed me! And he just fucking, like, charged in. And I'm like, oh, I guess that's the opposite reaction.
Action?
You know? Because, like, you know, I have stabbed and have been stabbed, but they were two separate incidents.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wait, actually,
Yeah.
have I ever gone over the list with you?
No.
The list. Oh
my god, are we gonna Jaws this shit?
Okay, so
go.
I have been.
Hey guys, before you do that, I'm gonna have to peel out of here. I'm getting a little tired here, so.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna say my good nights.
All right. Good night,
All right.
Rick. Take care.
Night, Rick.
Yeah, thanks for having me. All right, bye. Okay.
Oh my. All right. Well, let's see. The list. So, let's see. I have been shot, stabbed, drowned, survived a massive poisoning incident, multiple fevers over 103, and electrocuted.
Okay, so you got the Rasputin cocktail going.
I've also I also almost fell over 100 feet from the air to the ground, but luckily my leg was caught.
Okay, that's one of
And
those like, if
but
not
it
for
was
the grace of God kind of things.
yeah, but I want to point out it was caught like in a climbing device, and so I was hanging upside down with like a gash in my leg,
Better
just
hanging
going.
upside down with a gash on your leg than at the bottom of a fucking pit impaled on a rock.
No, exactly, just going. Will someone please get me down? Oh,
Oh my
and they
god.
did.
I've never had anything that gnarly happen. I've been stabbed once. Um Technically twice. But one was literally, how to put it. There was one time, and this is the moment I realized that maybe my upbringing wasn't as okay as I thought it was. I fell. I stabbed myself on a pencil in the gut.
Ooh.
And I go to my mom for help. She freaks out, runs into the bedroom, says, "How dare you do this?" Flips out, and then I go to the bathroom and proceed to field dress this thing like Rambo. And that's the only like fucking medical attention I got.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, it was one of those like, look, I don't know why that pencil was there. That just fucking happened.
I was gonna say, but it was.
But it was. Yeah. The other was one of the two incidents under which there was like street fight. Now, by a street fight, something you gotta understand about a street fight. The difference between a street fight and a riot is that a street fight's generally done in under 30 seconds. Couple stabbings, couple punchings, you're out of there. Anything longer than like 5 minutes is pretty much gonna turn into a riot.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish that when I was stabbed, I kind of wish it was a knife, because that seems like it would have been a cleaner entry.
What was it with?
I got stabbed with a fork.
That's both better and worse. It's better in that a fork don't generally go as far as a knife does.
It got like all like the whole prong like went in, like it was like all four prongs.
Yeah.
All the way in.
But that's 4 minuscule wounds that add up to an owie. It's a pretty big owie, but still, it's an owie, as opposed to, are my small intestines going to come out of this? Which, bear in mind, I've never had that level of wound either.
Yep.
You know, but I do know that that's a risk.
Exactly. It was just like, for me, it was just more like there was that split second of like, is that a fucking fork in my leg? And then the screaming.
Oh god. Yeah. Yeah. Oh god. I just got done watching what's the name of that damn movie? Hey hon. Hey babe. What was that movie that had all the cats in it? Was it The Serpent's Temple? Yeah. Had a pit of cats. Blood Feast? Yeah, that sounds right. Night of a Thousand Cats. Oh, okay. Oh wait, no. Yeah, there were 2 movies that had featured cats that ate people. The Serpent's Lair.
Oh, the bad one.
Yeah. The bad one with
that's the other one.
Yeah. Okay, because this is a movie called The Serpent's Lair. It's a satanic film, and it has like a succubus named Lilith in it. And the funny thing is
It's a great representation of Lilith, but the fucking rest of the movie blows. It's just unwatchable. But
That's sad.
Yeah. Because there's a moment in the movie where the succubus's name is named Lilith, calls up our protagonist, who is married. She calls him at work, and he picks up the phone, and she just says, without even saying hello, "I want you to fuck me hard." I'm sitting there going like, oh my god, that's amazing. Now, the bad part about it is it also had the guy who played not Julian Sands in Warlock 3.
Oh.
Had that guy. Now, that guy is not a bad actor, but if you want him...
Great.
Yeah, but he's not great. If you want him to hold together a series, you're out of luck. You know, you're better off asking the guy from the first Spellcraft movie. Oh, Witchcraft movie? Wait, is it Spellcraft or Witchcraft?
Witchcraft.
Witchcraft, yeah. The first Witchcraft movie, you're better off asking him. And he's not good either.
That's a series of movies that exist.
Yeah. There are 13 of them. Wait, are there 12 or 13 of them?
13.
There are 13? Okay. I haven't seen all of them yet. I think there are like 2 or 3 I haven't seen. But like, I still remember, like, bear in mind, if you want to know how fucking like crazy that series is and how quickly they made those movies, back in 1995, they had already made Witchcraft 7.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Like, it was Witchcraft more than one by a bunch.
They were really banking on that series to work.
Well, they kept making them. They kept making Witchcraft movies. And you're like, Witchcraft series. Hold on. Yeah, started in 1988. By 1995, we were on Witchcraft 7. They were making those things every year, sometimes twice a year.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, and I am going to be honest. There is one that is kind of worth watching. It's on a relative scale, but it's Witchcraft 4. The Virgin Heart. And why is that one possibly worth watching? Because it got Julie Strain. Wife of Kevin Eastman, who is half of the team that brought you Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Heroes in a Half Shell. Turtle Power. Look, they're the world's most fearsome fighting team. They were Heroes in a Half Shell. And they're green. So when the evil Shredder attacked, these turtle boys don't cut no slack. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
You proud of yourself there?
Splinters who taught them to be ninja teens. They're heroes in a half shell. And they're green.
Oh my god. I can't. I can't.
Oh yes.
See.
Oh yeah, there are 13 Witchcraft movies. The last one was made in 2008.
See, there's only...
God is dead!
Satan lives! Thank you, Mad Tinkerer.
There's only a... God is dead!
Satan lives! You know, like, oh my god. Oh man.
The year is one and God is
No.
dead.
The year is 0. Year is 0.
I know. I'm quoting the film.
I know, but it's technically the year is 0. And well, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you this though. Like, you ever seen? Oh god, what was the title of the goddamn thing? I got to make sure I know the I got the title of this right.
By the way, there's only one theme song.
Okay, got it. You ever seen Look What's Happened to Rosemary's Baby? You ever seen that one?
Oh, the sequel?
Yes.
With the inexplicable but amazing orgy scene?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have.
It's not a good movie.
That scene is amazing though.
But it's a really bad movie with one super amazing scene. Because like part of the movie is, now first of all, you gotta understand, this is a made for TV piece of crap. There's a lot of talking heads.
Much like half of the Omen series.
That's actually a very apt comparison. But in the middle of this, for some reason, now, first of all, one of the problems that you might have with this movie is you're like, wait, how did this guy turn into a 20-something in 5 years?
Demon magic, don't think about it.
Don't think about it. Yeah, don't fucking think about it for like a fucking hot second. God damn it, where's that orgy scene? So basically, Adrian's being raised by the Castavees. Which, as you do. And it's basically them trying to turn Rosemary's Baby into the fucking Omen. Except it sucks. Like, I've never seen a movie simultaneously go as far as it can with simultaneously putting in as little effort as it possibly could. Do you want long shots of adult Adrian driving a car? You'll get them.
Fun fact, this is what led to the Brown Bunny many years later.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be fucking surprised. You know, there's a lot. So what we're saying is there are a lot of driving shots in the California desert for no reason. You know, basically because we had to fill an hour and a half. And then eventually they have the orgy sequence, which is pretty amazing. And then they have the, how to put it, had they just waited like 5 years, you would have seen the Son of Satan enters VR.
Which would have been amazing.
But given that we hadn't really come up with the idea of VR, or it wasn't popularized by 1976.
Didn't happen.
Yeah. It's just dude looking into space. As cotton balls are taped to his head. And he just stares there and he's like, this movie's bad.
Oh, it's real bad.
Oh, it's super bad. It's super bad. All right, now he's gonna. Oh God, I forgot like how long he was in that hospital. He's in that hospital for fucking ever. Now, the reoccurring actors are all members of the satanic cult that are in the first movie. Like the guy who plays Roman Castavees, he's in it. Most of the women who were part of the cult, they're in it. Mina Farrow is nowhere to be fucking seen. They recast that part.
Well, she probably wouldn't have anything to do with this shit.
Oh, fuck no. She'd be like, wait, he goes to an orgy that gets into a car crash and like that's the movie? No.
I'm Mia Farrow. Do you know who I am? I'm the mother of Frank Sinatra Jr.
I'm Mia Farrow. I've been fucked, abused, and traumatized by the greatest filmmakers and entertainers of our time. I don't have to put up with this.
I'm the mother of Frank Sinatra Jr. You can fuck off. Oh my god. But what? By the way, I just want to point this out because we also talked about the other related film series of this. Fuck Omen 2. Fuck that movie. Fuck it.
Omen.
I don't give a shit about the Omen 2. Do you know why I don't give a shit about the Omen 2, Jack?
Why?
Do you know why?
No, I don't.
I don't give a shit about the young Antichrist having a crisis of faith. I don't give a shit.
It's pretty
Remember
bad.
that? Remember
Oh
that?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. I remember that.
There's that entire thing where he tries to be a normal boy. I'm like, no. Skip to the part where he's a fucking politician and he knows that he's bringing about the fall of mankind. Skip to that. That's where it gets good again. Go there.
Yeah. Oh god, what was that one movie? It's not an Omen movie. I think it's called Horror at 3000 AD. God damn it. Oh wait, or it's Holocaust 3000.
Oh god. Why do I feel I know this?
God damn it. Evidence of the Holocaust presented in Nuremberg. Oh, wait. What am I saying that for? That's like real shit. Oh, shit. I got it wrong. It's not 3,000. It's...
What is it?
2,000.
Why do I feel I know this?
Albert Einstein and...
Oh no. I remember this.
Look, Satan is the nuclear power plant. Satan is a nuclear power plant, okay? And he somehow makes helicopter blades cut off dictators' heads. While he is a nuclear power plant.
Wait. Oh god, this one actually has oh god, I remember this one has this one has the 7-headed beast rising out of the sea as metal dragons.
Yep.
It's the one where Jesus' name is carved into a cave wall.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh, it's a special kind of bad.
I remember.
Holocaust 2000, Alaska 70 Cinema, stars Kirk Douglas. Oh man, what was that other one I just watched? I think it was called The Visitor.
Oh no.
Yeah, I got about 30 minutes into that before I was like, I'm done.
It's like, I can't do it, no thank you.
Alright, so this is what happens. A young woman who can't talk and can't see jumps off a bridge. They send her to the emergency room. Turns out her family hasn't seen her in like ages. So they come down, and this is where
Wait, hold on. Is this the one from the 70s or the one from 2007?
2007.
Oh no. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway. Alright, at this point I feel I should say Ave Satan, it's Disco Inferno. Keep watching fucked up movies. Thank you for joining us. I want to thank Yogi David Das. I want to thank Rick Horner. I had a lovely time. I'm sorry this was a short one, but obviously I mean, unfortunately, I've got like shit to do very early in the morning, so I need to call it early. But it's paid work. So, fuck yeah, I've seen It's Alive. Malpal 30, fuck yeah, baby is a mutant. Have you seen It's Alive 3? Island of the Alive?
Yes.
Babies grow to adult size, and they're all on an island. It's right up there with fucking Bud the Chud, Chud Part 2.
I feel that just to get rid of this, I have to go watch. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go watch the Blob remake to get rid of this.
Blob remake's a really good one. You talk about the '87 one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one's good.
The one where a child dies within the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And you go,
my God.
It's gonna be good because child murder.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Pulls
All
him
right.
off the fucking thing, yeah.
It
All right.
creeps, it leaps, it climbs and slimes across the floor, and more. It do. Be careful of the blob. Beware of the blob. It creeps. All right, y'all take care. Night.
Have a good one.